Here, oh, here we go. All right, sorry. They said no audio. All right, you guys can hear me now. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am here with Luke Feeney and OG. Say what's up, guys.
Yeah, what's good?
All right, good. Yeah, you guys can hear them. So let me, hold on, let me just turn this up just a little smidge. Okay, so you guys can hear me now. Here with the boys. Luke is going to be leaving at like 8 o'clock, but Gary is going to be here. So, you know, shout out to OG. Anyway, so this is because we're doing this because a couple streams ago we were talking about, you know, brick ratios, and I said I could do a tier list for this type of thing if you guys are interested, and people were interested. And I thought it'd be fun to do this. So we have some tiers now. Where's my Discord at? Because I don't even know what we want to call these. Like, I think that the top though, like S tier would be like rarely bricks, and I'm not married to any of these names, so we can change them as we go. But I think like,
yeah, fluid. It's fluid for sure.
Yeah, we can keep it fluid, exactly. Like a like sexuality, right? So why did it do that?
Yeah, what the fuck is that format?
I don't know. What is going on right now?
What is okay?
All right, I'm just not dealing with that. Rarely bricks. Here we go. We're gonna call this rarely bricks. I'm gonna say that A tier is like, you know, they're pretty consistent decks, and we'll discuss what those are. I think right in the middle should be coin flips, because coin flips mean 50-50, right? Like that's what that means.
Yeah, like half the time you're there, half the time you're not. Yep, for sure.
And then we got casino.
Okay, casino. I like that.
Because casino decks brick. Obviously, they brick a lot. Otherwise, they'd be a bit ridiculous, right? So. And then I have this category, just build a house, bro.
I was gonna say bricked up.
Bricked up is also like,
that's also a good contender right there.
Yeah, bricked up. I like bricked up. I'm not gonna lie. All right, you know what, Gary? We'll change it to bricked up.
Bricked up.
Bricked up is crazy. Also, so here are the tiers, right? I kind of want this color to be different. So here are the tiers, guys. And I don't know if we're missing any decks. I'm going to go through the decks real quick, right? Let's go through the decks. So we got cat decks, like Summon Cat, Cat Good, Dragon Turbo, Pure Fairies, Gigaplant, Amaryllis, Burn, Machina Control, whatever. Dastalos this is for Monarchs. Like, just if you're playing like Frog Monarchs, like just 10 Monarchs, 12 Monarchs in a deck with no bells or whistles, just Monarchs. Obviously, Blackwings, Gravekeepers, Fish OTK, Geartown decks, Monster Mash, which just won the last I Am Nerd tournament, and it actually won was it a YCS last year? It won some major last year, or maybe it was 2 years ago. I don't remember, but it won some major.
An Italian major.
It won an Italian major. It was like 200 people or something. Gadgets, which are popular. Yeah.
Gadgets recently stopped as well, so that, you know, there you go.
Yep. Gadget's been doing really well. We have dragons. Now, this is like more of the dragons that play traps that actually are trying to duel and not just Dragon Turbo you.
Like Mass Dragon and shit like that.
Yeah. Then we got Nurlaris. We have any kind of like plant, synchro, quick draw deck, whatever. Like those are all represented by Dandelion. Lightsworn, Flamvel, Hero Beat of all types, just Hero Beat in general. Glads, the evil hero decks. Chaos Fairies would be Shining Angel / Caius, and then Enrise. I added this deck because this is the Pudding Fairy deck, and I have some things to say about that deck. Diva Hero, Diva and Malicious, Hero Frogs, Psychic OTK, which is a new addition as well. The Teach Me How to Cook episode is already recorded for this, but I haven't edited it yet, so you guys will be getting that in the coming weeks. Then we have Christiasworn, 6 Samurais, Macrocosmos. This would be like Frog. I'll say Frog OTK. This is just gonna be Frog OTK because I would say Dream Frog, but there's still a place in the world for all Frog decks. Like all Frog decks, you know, matter, right? But I think right now, Hero Frogs and Frog OTK are like the 2 Frog decks that are at the top of the totem pole. So I'm just gonna have this represent specifically Frog OTK. Then Teledad, the Valhalla Fairy deck, Value Turbo, X Sabers, Zombies. Let me know if there's anything missing. Twilight is just going to be under the Lightsworn umbrella. Like, that's just because the same way you brick with Lightsworn, you brick with Twilight the same. Like, it's, if you don't see...
Yeah, your hands look similar, right?
Right.
When you brick. Yeah, for sure.
So I'm going to just start off with, like, some S tiers real quick. And I think that this is obvious. Vayu fucking rarely bricks. And I'm going to be doing this throughout the video as well. So I'm just going to pull up a Vayu Turbo list. Scrub for life. He tops a lot, I feel like. and he usually plays this deck and does well with it. So this is what, you know, a value turbo deck could look like. Double DDV in the main is very common now. He's opting for a no. This is a no Ryko build, but actually, let me get a more like conventional. I wonder if Chai Teach is playing like. Okay, here we go.
Like here's a more normal looking build. Probably,
yeah. So here's a value turbo list, right? And Gary, you can speak to this, but like you don't usually brick, right? Like that's not really a thing.
Well, I don't usually brick, but I keep hearing stories about people opening triple value. That hasn't happened to me yet, thankfully.
Triple value is crazy. The chances of opening triple value is 2%.
But
I think it's less than 2%.
People argue that opening triple value is still okay because you're just like, oh, look at that, it's a grepper.
Let me see.
Yeah, I don't know about all that, but maybe if your grepper doesn't get interacted with in any way and just sits there for multiple turns, it's fine.
So if you're playing,
it's happened before. It's happened before. It literally just sits there for multiple turns. I'm like, oh.
All right. I'm just going to calculate the odds. Okay. The odds of drawing triple. So there's 3 values in your deck. You're playing 41 cards. You draw 6 cards, and you need to see all 3. The odds are literally less than 1%.
What are the odds for 2 values? Let's say
okay. All right. You want to see the odds for 2 values?
5%. All right. You know what? If you told me I'm going to brick 5% of the time, that's already fine with me.
Yeah, so. and honestly, if you open up double value, I don't even think it's that bad unless you get like rushed.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's a situation where one grepper, like Gary's saying, can actually like fix that hand, kind of.
Yeah,
or
you can.
You draw your like Icarus or whatever that you play, or any stuff like that. Yeah.
Exactly. If you draw any of the 3 greffers you play with the Rhoda, it immediately makes the double value hand not as bad. And sometimes value is just a good poker.
Like, it's fine.
Yeah, allure is a good one too.
Yeah, there definitely are ways out of it. Like, it's not like if you draw the value, you could never win that game. So
right, like value is not the end of the world. So I think an easy S tier, right? Like rarely bricks. Value is. I actually think value, and there's like mainly one other deck, and I'm a bit biased that I do feel like basically never really bricks. Like it's so hard for those decks to brick. The other one, it goes without saying. Where is it? Where is my baby? Hero Frogs. I've played in a lot of tournaments with Hero Frogs, and rarely have my losses been I bricked. Like I honestly can say that over the course of several, I don't even know how many tournaments now, but even when I watch other people play the deck, like when I watch World League replays, when I watch like anything, right? Someone playing Hero Frogs, sure, they might not win because the deck is hard to play, just flat out, but it does not really brick. You have 3 Stratos. Now you have 4 Stratos if you're playing the new build that just topped Houston. They're playing like a lot more, ultra ignorance there, but they're playing no dupe frogs, which I think actually contributes to less bricks, and they're playing triple upstart to make the deck even more like streamlined. So I would say like Hero Frogs is another deck that doesn't really brick. It has so many openings that just get the deck going. Let's see, Hero Frog. Okay, here we go. So I would take, who had a deep run? I'll use Insidious. I'll use Insidious's list here. So you have Stratos, E-Call, Rhoda. All of these are starters. You also have triple Substitute. You can play up to 3 Swap Frogs. These are all starters as well. And then worst come to worst, like the absolute worst hands are just like set dupe frog or whatever. And now again, the deck doesn't even necessarily have to play this card. You can just replace these with like Upstart Goblins, and then your chances of opening one of your 4 Stratos, because they play like -2 dupes and minus and add and minus Junk Synchron and add like triple Upstart, add double E-Call. Rarely ever do they brick. Like it's very hard for this deck to brick. So I think that both of these decks are like fairly tiered as like rarely brick. And I think it's a common misconception that like Hero Frogs has to draw. Hero Frogs is not like Diva Hero. It doesn't have to draw water plus hero plus Miracle Fusion. Because of the Monarch aspect of the deck, you can just draw like just a portion of your deck and win many games with just a portion, right?
Yeah, it's not like if you don't resolve Miracle Fusion, you can't win. Like you can definitely win games without Miracle Fusion. So
yeah, like it's nice when you see it. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of games are won without ever having to see like Miracle Fusion. I go games without Monarchs. Like I just fucking play a whole game where I'm just like, where are the Monarchs? Like I just haven't seen one. And this is after I've thinned my deck down of all the frogs. I have nothing else to really draw, and I'm just like, I still can't draw Monarch apparently, but I'll still win that game. But it's kind of like, one of those annoying little things. So I think that these are both like two of the decks that I would say are at the very top of the list of decks that just don't brick. They just play too many starters. Like there's so many starters. Double Armageddonite, Card Trooper's a starter, Triple Ryko, Double Hamster, all starters. Greffer with any dark that's like, you know, one of these 6, 7, 8. These are all, I would consider like Greffer plus any of these a starter, like Rhoda is a starter. You just have, I think the deck is actually all starters.
Yeah, Charge a starter.
Oh yeah, Charge is a starter. You're right. Yeah, I mean, now that I look at it,
any hand with the lore, you're probably going to see a starter if you don't already have one. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this deck just has like a really high chance of playing the game. And I think that that's like an Edison format where every deck is pretty inconsistent. Like Vayu just always getting to play the game basically is really important. Like sure, you can draw Chaos Sorcerer dead, you can draw Dad or whatever dead, but those are like literally 2 cards out of 41. Most of the times your hands are going to be very playable. And that is worth its weight in gold for, I think, both of these decks, which is why these two decks, since they've started doing well, they have not stopped. Like 2023 was when both of these decks like really came on the scene and became like tournament winning decks. Like both of them started winning in 2023. They have not taken their foot off of necks since then. Like they've been topping a lot and just doing well since then. So I think one of the reasons is because they rarely brick. I think that's like obvious. Now, in terms of, let's see, what's a deck that we want to say is like bricked up? What would you say is a bricked up deck?
Samurais.
Okay.
Samurais.
All right. Where's the Grandmaster? I think, yeah, this is definitely a bricked up deck. I've recorded, I think, 3 or 4 videos on the channel now. In every single video, we'll draw either a bunch of monsters, which in that deck is like super unplayable. Like you just can't play the game. Or I draw the spells and not enough monsters, or I don't see Grandmaster. If you don't see Grandmaster, this deck is like actually awful. Like it's actually fucking terrible how bad this deck is. If you have to go play continuous spell, summon Iroh, add counters, and pass, like if that's your play, you're probably going to lose. Like you're probably going to lose that game.
Yeah, that's not a great play.
Yeah, like 6 Samurais. I know that there has been a build that top though, and I did want to. I don't think we ever did it, but I was going to use it on the channel at one point. Where the hell is? Oh wait, let me change this to format because right now this is factoring in like every fucking format. So let's just do Edison, and I believe it's this guy right here. He got 9th at EWCQ 7.
103rd is crazy.
I don't know what they meant by that 103rd. I don't even know why we're tracking places at 103rd. Like I would never want it on my resume.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, oh, I got 103rd at this tournament.
Yeah.
Like, come on now.
Like this guy got 9th and then 103rd.
This guy has tried more than once. He's tried more than once.
Yeah, I would just tell him to scrub this from the fucking records. Like, get that off my profile.
Like I would DM Jazz and be like, get that out of here.
Yeah. Playing 2 gateways, that's a choice. But I mean, this is the build that topped. I think this is like the most recent well-performing 6 Samurai deck, July 2024. So it's almost been a year since it did well. I will say no one's playing it though, so it's not like it's been doing bad. Just that literally no one's playing it.
Yeah, there's probably a reason why no one's playing it.
Yeah, typically there is a reason. The reason being that it's kind of ass. But I do want to try this out for like Master and Disaster or something because I like these playing Chaos Sorcerer and stuff. Like it looks cool.
Yeah, it looks like a fun deck. It's just like it definitely looks like it could brick for sure. I can definitely envision hands where we just cannot do pretty much anything.
Yeah. Oh, Guari's saying, I guess you see the 103rd spot because you're subscribed, so you see everything. So I didn't know that if you're not subscribed to like Format Library, like you can tell I have an account here or whatever. I didn't know that that kind of makes it where you see different information. Completely new to me, but
interesting.
Yeah, didn't know that. But if you, as you can tell here, 6 Sams typically perform really bad. Like no shade, but they don't typically perform well. They have one good performance, and this goes back to 2022. In fact, this goes back to 2021, and they've had really like one good performance in the last 3 years. So just wanted to be out there. Like it's not surprising that 6 Samurais is a deck that is pretty much a bricky mess. Like it's pretty bricked up, I would say. Okay, Casino. So this is like what were you going to say, Luke? What else were you going to put in?
I was going to say, what do you think about Nurlaris? Because you have experience playing that deck. Like, would you consider that deck that bricks a lot? Or, like, I don't know, is that Casino? Like, I'm not really sure what to call that.
I think it's Casino. We could talk about both of these. So there's 2 different kinds of Nurlaris decks. I'm using format library, by the way, guys. So I'm going to close some of these tabs because I have so many tabs open. This is just format library. I guess you can't see it because it's cut off on the top left, like the way my screen is set up, but this is formatlibrary.com. So if you just go to formatlibrary.com, you can see the same information. But both of these decks, so we have Dragon Turbo. So let me pull up a list. Dragon Turbo. Sure, this guy Lolo has been playing the deck a lot lately. So here's the Dragon Turbo list. As you'll notice, it is very, very heavy on spells, but the problem with this deck is when you do not draw the spells with the right monsters, it is a bricky mess. It's definitely, like, I won't go as far as to say that Dragon Turbo is, like, super inconsistent, but it's super inconsistent.
Like, what the hell? You just said you couldn't say that. This kind of brings me to, like, a point that, like, I guess, like, I kind of want to bring up in general with this tier list is that, like, I feel like, you know, you can, like, I don't know, like, different decks are asking sort of different things of you, or, like, how they're trying to win, right? Like, Dragon Turbo, you can look at a hand and see, like, cards of consonants, Whitestone, right? And you're like, oh, that's not a brick. But, like, your win condition involves doing, like, multiple spells and discarding multiple dragons and then playing Super Rejuvenation. So, like, just having the one combo or whatever, you can draw into, like, another cards of consonants or whatever and no more tuners, and then your turn is, like, stopped, right? So, like, it's not like you can't just look at the opening 6 with some of these decks. It's kind of hard to say because it's kind of like another deck I was gonna pick was Gadgets, where, like, you would think that deck is a deck that, like, never bricks, right? But, like, because, like, if you summon a Gadget, you're good, right? That's a starter.
Yeah, in theory.
But, like, in theory, but, like, summoning a Gadget is not like, oh man, I made it. Like, the game is over. Like, I can't lose now. Especially when you have more than one Gadget in your hand. When you summon a Gadget, you already have 2 Gadgets in your hand. And you're adding the 3rd Gadget. Like, yes, that is a +1, but, like, you're probably just going to die with those cards in your hand. So
that's very true.
It's kind of like you have to think about, like, the context of what's a brick and what's not. And, like, for Dragon Turbo, you need, like, a combination of a lot of spells, like you said. So
I agree. I think that's a good point, Luke. It's about context. Something I want to kind of do. This video could end up being pretty long, but I'm going to go into Deck Constructor, and I'm going to, where's Dragon Turbo? I'm sure I have a Dragon Turbo in here somewhere. So, like, okay, this is an old build. Should I think I could just get a new one. Which Dragon Turbo 2? Hold on. Dragon Turbo 2. Nope, this is when I was trying to do wild. I was trying to do some wild shit, y'all. Just ignore me. Hold on, let me download. I'm going to import this build into my thing. So let's see. We have. I'm going to downloads here. DB Decks. Yep. Import this because I want to import this into Dueling Book. Let's grab this. I want to do this with some of the decks. I'm not going to do this with all of them, but with some of the decks, I do want to just kind of go into solo mode. And we're just going to do this and just, like, see if our hand is played. Now, Dueling Book is a fucking meme, just by the way. Like, Dueling Book is.
Did you say opening 3-0 was like 2%?
It's less than that, Gary. It's less than 1%. It was factually, like, it was less than 1%, right, Luke?
Yeah, it was less than 1%.
Yeah,
granted,
you did it immediately.
You had a 41 card deck, not a 40 card deck, but, like, it's the same. It's basically the same.
Let's just say it's 37. Let's just say it's 37.
Yeah, it's up. Even that, it's still less than 1%, right?
Yeah, it's still less than 1% chance. But Dueling Book is, I keep trying to tell y'all, Dueling Book is so not real. Like, it's so not real. All right, so we double upstart it. This is our hand now. Obviously, you can see where things can go very wrong with this hand. Like, this hand can go very, very wrong. So I think you just have to put, like, both of these on the top. Because
you need a cards of consonants to even think about playing the game.
Yeah, like, maybe instant fusion, but I really think at this current time, like, at least this is, like, somewhat.
At least instant fusion, you could, like, summon Whitestone and Synchro if you, like, go on trade in or something next turn, you know?
All right, here we go.
All right, come on, Dueling Book.
One time.
There you go. That's something.
Oh,
that
was good.
This doesn't necessarily mean you made it, so.
Yeah.
Oh, that was great, though.
Yeah, this is really good now.
Magical Stone, this is perfect.
Activate. So we discarded 1. Then we're going to go activate this, discard, add the Super Rejuve back. So now we've discarded 3.
On 3.
Yep. So we draw 6. So we'll set this. And on the end phase, we'll do /draw 6.
Right. And you might even draw into another reach.
Yep. And then we draw another 3/draw 3. And then we draw the other rejuve because we're fucking nice. And we're just going to go /draw 3. And then we're going to go in phase, and you get the idea. So this is a playable hand. But then what I do, this is how I test for YCSs. I actually mentioned this before. I just kind of go in here in solo mode with whatever deck I'm going to use for the YCS. And I just draw hands so much. And if the deck keeps like drawing not so good, like, okay, this is also a hand that is obviously not very good. It can get better. So we're going to put this and this on top because these are the 2 cards with the lowest just activity. All right, so our hand is like, it's not terrible. Like if this guy gets killed, like let's say our opponent's a little bit bad and they attack it for whatever reason, and then we draw, and then we get to draw again. Like we might be able to do something because now we can go instant fusion, summon this guy, then the trade-in is live. But again, this is still like very wishful thinking.
Yeah, all this has to go through and like, you know.
Yeah. Like, let's see what we're working with. Okay, so literally don't have a legal play turn 1. I do not.
We have one play.
I mean, I could activate and activate, and I can.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could just.
I can legally do that, but I do not have a play turn 1.
I'm just being a dickhead.
I don't have a play turn 2.
Yeah, like you're dead. Like
yeah, like.
You're dead.
Yeah, you're fucking.
Card, like you're dead. Like okay. Like,
oh, okay. I drew 2, and I still don't have anything else to do. Like now,
yeah, this is what I'm saying.
I draw 1 and I draw 1, but like, am I really getting to? I'm not getting to this point. Like, no deck is allowing you to get to this point.
Yeah, we didn't. This is like turn 4 now.
Yeah,
we've finally done something, and I think we did. By the way, was like draw 1 twice. Like that was even good. So yeah, it's not even good.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
So you get like you get the idea. You get the idea, right? The deck is not like a terrible deck, but as you can see, most of our hands have been like pretty shit. And that is why it's in the casino deck category, because you know, it draws like this sometimes. Like sometimes you just like if these 2 cards right here are not like amazing, we're just up. Like we like what are we doing?
Yeah, like we're just super brick the fuck up now. Yeah.
Like you could
we technically have some plays, I guess you could like summon instant fusion, get a blue eyes, magical stone, get back a trade in, but then like you're putting it all on black to draw fucking Rejuve. And if you don't draw Rejuve, like you've now negged yourself like 5 cards or something, and yeah. It's not good. Yeah.
So I kind of do this a lot. Just to see like, you know, if the deck is gonna brick or not. This is a good hand. Any hand with double reckless. Double reckless is just such a fucking strong opening. But yeah, I mean, you get the idea. Like this deck, it's like it's almost in a coin flip category because I think it's a little bit better than most casino decks. Like I do think that it's not showing it right now. Like these hands are fucking terrible, but you know, you get time at least. Like this one, you can just like set this, and you could even set this if you're feeling, you know, if they do anything to it, Ryko, whatever, then you get a blue eyes here. And on the next turn you draw, and then you can do this, draw 2. The problem that I also have, people don't talk about this enough though, is when you go second with this setup that I just had, where like you have to set Reckless. Setting Reckless going second against like a Ryko deck is really bad for obvious reasons. They'll flip the Ryko and force you to activate the Reckless without a draw phase. So now like Reckless is really strong when you get to draw for turn and then flip Reckless. When you don't even get to draw for turn and flip Reckless and they force you to do it because they like MST did or Heavy did or Ryko did, it's just really bad, and going second makes this card like way worse. So it's kind of another thing that kind of it leads to bricks. Just wanted to throw that out there. Contrary, so we have a value turbo deck. I don't know whose value turbo deck this is though. So do not, if you see some shit in here that's just like terrible, like it has oppression in it, which I don't think is terrible, but if you notice, we have so many starters. Like we have this.
Yeah, we have a lot of different plays we could use turn 1.
Yeah, like we have options. We have like this, discard this, or set Ryko, like oppression is down. We have a lot of different things we could do. Again, we have hamster. If we go second and they have a set monster, we could summon our value and attack and hope that it's Ryko. If we go second and they're playing a bird deck, we have Sirocco. We have Card Trooper and Deep Prison, so it's kind of hard to kill the Card Trooper, so you get like multiple mills. Oh, double value hand. Well, let's see how long it takes us to like draw out of this though, because I think that you get a lot of turns with this hand anyway, just because torrential and like If,
Yeah, now we even have mirror tours, so we're definitely like not really dying that soon.
yeah, and this is really good. So you get that guy, and yeah, I think even that hand, you're going to get turns, and if your opponent tries to play too aggressive and they run into torrential or mirror force, you having two sweepers makes that hand like very good actually, like to play out of a bad situation. As you can see, again, this hand is just like really, really fucking good. Like, you have so many options.
Yeah, no, we definitely do.
Yeah, value is just a deck that does not really brick. Like, it's so hard. Like, look at these hands. Like, every hand is, at the very least, like, I can right now put out 6,300 damage. Like, right now. Like, summon, pitch, make arm wing again. 63. Like, right there.
Yep, man. Very explosive, very fast. That's kind of what's nice about value, is that a lot of times to get consistency to like not brick, you have to give up some amount of like ceiling, like power level in your deck. Like Dragon Turbo has more power level than a lot of decks and what it can do, but it gives up some consistency to get that. But Value Turbo is a nice like mix of both, where you have sort of explosive auto win cards, but then you also have pretty consistent opening hands. So
Yeah. Like I mean, these hands have all been playable, and that's kind of the point. Is like every single hand. Look at this. Every single hand in his deck is playable. Like every single hand in his deck is playable, bro. We've even look. I have conversion for the value. I can set hamster. I can set Raikou. I can set value Icarus. I can set value torrential. Like, you just have so many playable hands. And because this deck basically never bricks, we haven't drawn a brick hand yet. Because this deck basically never bricks, you get like, even if they trap Dust Shoot me, what the fuck are they putting back? Like, okay, yeah, they have to put back Dark Arm. Let's be clear, right? They have to, thank you, OG, for trying to get the resident, goat of value here.
yeah, I was gonna say Gary can probably tell us more about that than anyone.
Yeah, they have to put back this, and you have these two starters. Like, this deck just does not brick, and it does have. I know Edmund saying like on a power spectrum, I put value on the low end, but has a very low brick rate. But I don't fully agree with that, because the fact that you have a lot of situations where you can put out 6,000 damage, you can even put out 8,000 damage. I just watched a replay of Carl Waite versus Sushant Televisual, and I think in like game 1, Carl just 8,000 Sushant out of nowhere. Like, I'm talking about they were just dueling, and then he just put out 8,000 damage. Attack game. Like, it can just kill you, and to me that is power level. Like, if your deck can just kill people, that is power level. This might be the worst hand we've drawn out of like literally 15 hands, and this hand isn't even bad. Like, this hand isn't even bad. You get a draw for turn, you get a draw for your Yada. Okay, now it's officially like, I would say it's pretty bad. But then you get Raikou on the following turn, and you probably Dust Shoot your opponent. You're getting more turns because you have a D prison too. You have a bottomless. The point is that like this deck gets so many turns because of all the fucking traps, and then you just consistently draw. Like, this hand's insane. Like, this hand's insane. Gary, are you drooling? Have you seen any, like, are these the hands that you're like, all right, well, not this one, because this one is all monsters, but even these hands are terrifying because they can deal a lot of damage if things just go like one way correct.
Oh, I love this hand.
Yeah, I mean, you guys get the idea. Value is a deck
For 2 reasons.
so
Trooper
value, go
and
ahead.
Gale. Trooper and Gale.
Yeah, those are the two cards that I hate the most. So yeah, value doesn't really brick. I'll do the same exercise because I enjoy just doing this. I think I have the Houston. Let me see if I have the Houston list. No dupes. All right, we're gonna draw some hands with this deck. See how often we brick. Because they play so many traps, because they have all of these traps, it's really hard for this deck as well to just not be able to play the game. All right, this hand is pretty bad, I would say. But by the time so you're going to survive, obviously, because you have so many fucking trap cards. And like, even Alias can be a beater over a Greffer or whatever. By the time you see Rhoda, though, you're Rhoda for Stratos, and then you get your Ocean. So now we're Geki Break plus Ocean, you have Miracle Fusions live, and then he's not getting bottomless, he's not getting D-Prison because you have like multiple ways to back row removal. So again, like, same thing. Like, your hands are just going to be very, very playable very often. Like, same thing with this one. This is a very simple, also Dueling Book just giving me double of a card. Where is it? So we're going to get this. Actually, we have double Monarch. I trust my deck to draw I'm going to draw a water,
water?
monster. Yeah, so I will get this. Because I'm just going to say, I'm going to draw a water monster. Like, and Trap Dust Shoot slows down every deck. So you're just like, all right, Dust Shoot them. If somehow through Dust Shoot they kill your Stratos, which is very unlikely, you do have the follow-up with like this or this to even slow them down further. And then you're just waiting to draw a water monster. And if you ever see a water monster, like, you're just nice. Now, you know, Dueling Book is obviously shitting on me because the deck plays like fucking, I don't even know how many water monsters, but so many. This is one of the hands where you're like, all right, search. You get your Malicious Edge here, just so you have like good follow-up. Where is he at? This guy. Special, discard. You can send another one of these to the grave. You bounce your guy to your hand. Like, this is a real, you have so many different options. Same thing. Like, your hands are just very, very consistently going to be good with this deck. Summon, send Treeborn. You have Ryza follow up next turn. If they're randomly playing something annoying like GBs, you do have D-Prison. You have double D-Prison actually, which I bet that they weren't expecting at the time. They were probably be expecting it a little bit more. But like, this hand is really good. You have access to Treeborn. You have Stratos. Really can't ask for much more. Same thing. Like, you're going to see, we could do like, I don't know, 3 more of these. Summon, swap, frog, send Treeborn. You have follow-up, like, again, summon, swaps, frog, send Treeborn, Upstart Goblin after that when you think your deck out. Oh, thank you for that, Eddie. Yep, summon, swap, frog, send Treeborn, Upstart, like, consistently just doing the same type of thing. You have 6 ways to open up that kind of turn. Summon, swap, frog, send Treeborn, have follow-up. Okay, like, it's literally been swap, plus Upstart, plus Monarch for like the last, I think, 5 hands.
Right. Yeah, it's just like ultra consistent.
Yeah. All right, we finally bricked.
You might have one hand.
This is
like,
oof.
This is a bad.
I mean, it's gonna happen to every deck has some combination of cards that you can construct that will be like upgrade, right? So it is what it is. It's not like
But look at how many. Like, I think we went through 10 hands already, and it finally had we finally got a hand. I was like, all right, this is not good. But then you draw Stratos as your 7th card, and you're like, oh, okay. The double miracle hands are really funny because I just keep drawing them. But even this hand is not bad. Like, you have this, and then worst come to worst, right? Like, you're getting another turn, obviously, because you're not just dying. But you do have like, oh, once you draw that swap frog, which you're making it to swap frog with a Kaya Treeborn. Yeah, the hands, same. Like, the hands are just going to be good with this deck pretty much always. And that's kind of, I mean, this hand's fucking cracked out of this world. Like, this hand's just cracked. These are the hands that I dream of. All right, so back to the tier list. You guys get the idea. Let me close. I can close this. All right, so we established these are up here. Nurlaris. Now, I wanted to speak about this a little bit. I think Nurlaris is casino, even if you're playing the value build, which I think is more consistent, or the dragon build, which is more of the casino. But I think they're both like pretty casino-y because they do rely on, usually you need to Nurlaris for your deck to be as good as the other decks, is kind of the problem. If you don't Nurlaris, your deck really starts to show that it's like not that good. I'm trying to find, I have a Nurlaris deck in here. I have multiple because I actually like that deck for some reason. I don't know which one this is though. I'm going to set it as default. Let's see if we can just, all right, it's the dragon one. So let's see how we draw. So I like the gold start after I draw. It does, it does. Yeah. Oh god, I have it off of classic. I hate this. All right, anyway, draw 2. So I want to see if I can draw Future Fusion Raw, and if I don't, then I'll Gold Sark for Future Fusion. Is kind of how I play this deck. Okay, so Dark Creator can piss off. All right, and then with this hand, I still think it's just like Future Fusion gets banished, and then you really don't have much to do here. Like, you have Gore, so you can honestly just pass with this, and then see what happens. But like, look at this. This is not good, right? Like, this is just not a good opening. And this opening looks a little sus right now. Yeah, this opening looks very sus right now. I also think that you just have to like wait. Like, I don't even think that you can play card destruction. I think you just have to wait. And then on the following turn, you like allure, draw 2. Okay, this is, all right, well, you're in there now. Well. Yeah, I mean, you do this. This is like your best. I mean, you do this, then you do it, but you get the idea. If all goes well and this resolves, which it looks like it will, you are in a very, very strong spot. Then you card destruction all of this shit away, and then on the end phase you get like a bunch of pluses, and your deck works. But basically, this deck, if you notice, we have yet to even open up a hand deck in Nurlaris. Not to say that you have to do it on your turn one, because you don't. Like, you really don't. But the point of the deck is to do that because it sucks otherwise. Like, it really does. Like, it's not very good at dueling. Yeah, like, again, it's basically Future Fusion and Prey for like a while. And then there's the value version of this deck, which again, the value version is better because, and the value version won a major. The value version is better because it can play like more of a mid-range with the value Greffer hands where you just like start doing the 4,000 attack thing that value does. This deck doesn't really have that kind of fast mid-range thing going on where it can do that. Like, you can do Wyvern on the end phase, but if you don't have Future Fusion, how are you getting Wyvern and Red Eyes in the graveyard, right? So it's not easy to even get to that point. So, I mean, look, like these hands, like I would just card destruction this whole thing and just say, fuck it. You know, do slash draw 5. I will say that because we are actually, you can't do that because I was gonna say I think you foolish red med here because drawing it is kind of ass with upstart. But if you draw a Phantom of Chaos, which we've yet to see a single copy of because Dueling Book just is a hater.
Yeah, 3 copies. You would think you would see it.
Is it in the deck? Like, am I crazy? 1, 2, 3. Okay, there are 3 copies of Phantom of Chaos, but you get the point. The deck is just not very consistent. So that is why it is in the casino tier, because it can do some stuff, but it often does not. Now, let's get some stuff in pretty consistent. I would say that Lightsworn, like just pure Lightsworn, and Twilight are pretty consistent. They're not as good as like obviously Hero Frogs and Value, but they're pretty fucking consistent. Would you guys agree?
Yeah, I mean, they've seen repeated success in tournaments, and I feel like, you know, it's easy to say like Lightsworn got lucky against you, but like at a certain point, if it keeps happening, right, like maybe that's just something that's in the deck's wheelhouse and is like reasonable opening for them, and like you just gotta kind of accept that, I guess.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, you know, you have those games where they just mill like multiple wolves or whatever, and you're like, okay, bro. But like, I mean, every deck has some stuff like that where it's, you know, it's just is what it is. So
yeah, Lightsworn I think is like, why do they have the 104 place shit? Actually,
yeah,
I think I
take that off. Like, that needs to get off of there. Like,
let me do sort by place because okay, here we go. Sort by place, high to low, because that was burning me out. All right, this is Twilight. I don't want to do Twilight because Twilight is not. And this is Christius Warren. Why is it so hard to find? Oh, I clicked on Lightsworn Fairy. That's my fault. All right, here we go. This is Lightsworn. This is okay. This is a Lightsworn deck. This is Raikoko, who's won like 4 majors. All right, so this is a Lightsworn deck. In terms of starters, you need to draw your spells really, and Lightsworn is the kind of the thing that makes it like when it's inconsistent. Obviously, the cards that you want to mill, you draw them. So you draw the Gardener, you draw the Plague, you draw the Wolves. You want to mill those cards. And when you start milling the spells and drawing these, that's when the deck is like really annoying and not very good. But when it's working well, and it works well often enough that it tops pretty like Lightsworn topped. It got second place at the last YCS, right? At Houston. Lightsworn just got second. It got Twilight or whatever. Same thing. The deck is fine. Like, it's a good deck, clearly. But it's just not as consistent because you get these hands with like Jane, Garroth, Lila. They usually play way more of these, but Lila, you know, like a Gold Sark and a bunch of other like just random cards where if your setup gets broken, you can just be on the back foot the entire game. Like, I'll have games where I have a Celestia in my hand and I'm trying to get it out my hand, but I have no way to establish a field presence without my opponent monarching or attacking every fucking thing I put on the field, that I cannot even get the Celestia out my hand because they just keep pressuring me. So
right. Yeah, I feel like drawing Honest is actually like a big deal for Lightsworn because you can keep your like Jane or Lila or whatever around for like 1 turn. Like, those extra mills and that extra body, you can make like a huge deal.
yeah.
Or difference.
Yeah, I agree. I agree that Ginger. I do think that Dragon Turbo is way more consistent than Nurlaris. I still think that Dragon Turbo is a casino deck, but I would say, and to be fair, is probably more of a coin flip right in that middle tier where it's like, I wouldn't call it pretty consistent because it's not. Like I would just be lying. But I also don't think that it's as bad as Nurlaris because Nurlaris is just on a different level of like casino or whatever. In terms of like bricky mess, Macrocosmos decks, like, do they even have these on here?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think macro is like, that's an archetype that I've tried to make work in the past in Edison, and like, it's just so inherently flawed because like you need to draw exactly the number of like macros or defissures +1 to what your opponent draws like MSTs. Like that's not like a real thing to say, but like that's kind of how your games have to work for you to win.
Yeah.
Like if they draw 1 MST, you need to draw 2 macros, or if they draw 2 MSTs or whatever, like MST type effects. Obviously, like you need to draw 3 macros. Like pretty much like because your deck really doesn't like function well without macro or fissure on the field. Like that's kind of the entire point of the archetype is that like you're built to function under these cards and they are not. So like that's your big advantage. But like the second you're just playing a normal game and you summon like Exiled Force and fucking pop their set like floater guy or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. Like it's like all right, like what are we doing here? Like you summoning Exiled Force, like that's not even good in Go format, let alone Edison format. Like, that's
if your deck is playing Exile Force, there's already something wrong. Like if we're being honest.
Yeah, if we're being honest, like that wasn't even a good card. Like really, like it's not like some decks play it, but it's not the time for that card. So.
And I think your main point is the 3 defishers, 3 macro. So when you draw too many of these, it sucks. But when you don't draw these, it also sucks.
Right. Yeah, it's just like you actually don't even know the number of defishers or macros you want to draw every game. Like it changes every single game. So like you just can't ever ask. Like your deck's never going to be constructed in such a way that you're going to draw the perfect ratio of macros and fissures and stuff. So
also, every time I play against these kind of decks, I get to a point in one of the games. I always win one of the games where I get to resolve 1 Monarch, like 1 Riser or 1 Caius or something, and they have defisher plus another card, and I go for the other card and just say fuck it and leave the defisher up. And now, like I rise it your random card on the field, and I'm attacking you through defisher. Now you're just like drawing. Because like I've established a field that's bigger than every monster in this deck. Like I have a guy now that's bigger than every monster in your deck, and I'm just gonna let you play with the defisher, and I'll Raigeki break. If you summon DD Assailant and try to crash into my Riser, I'll just Raigeki break it. Like I'll leave. Like fuck the defisher. Like we're just gonna play this game now.
Yeah, the Rise is about to beat your ass down. Like you just can't deal with it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that happens a lot against these decks where you just say fuck it. I don't even care about this anymore. You've already decided that you want to be an asshole and not let me play my deck the way it's designed to be played, which is fine. It's your prerogative. But now I'm going to screw you by making you draw defisher or Macrocosmos or whatever and just attack you, and you can have another one of these. Like keep drawing them. So this deck definitely one of the more bricked up decks in the format. You don't see people really playing it for a reason. Let's see. Monarchs are pretty consistent. So the decks, and by Monarchs I just mean, again, you play like 12 Monarchs in a deck. And I wonder if we can find a build like just Frog Monarch.
Probably you can find like Icarus's list or whatever.
Oh yeah, Icarus. Look.
Back. Yeah, you should look up Icarus's list probably. Yeah.
This is perfect. This is literally perfect. So this list, if it opens one of these 6 ways to get, well, I should say 8, because it plays like triple sub, triple swap, double Treeborn. So if you open up one of these 8 cards, your deck basically can play the whole game from just seeing one of the 8 cards. And what are the odds of opening up? So you're playing a 40 card deck, you play 8 of something, so 8 Treeborns, and you just need to see 1. What are the odds? 76% of the time. So basically 75% of the games, right? So like only 1 out of 4 games will you not usually see Treeborn in your opening hand is what. And like this whole deck just is, once I see Treeborn Frog, let me just close these tabs. Once I see Treeborn Frog, these come online, all of these Monarchs come online, this guy gets infinitely better, the Econs come online, the Lab becomes way easier to summon, the Thestalos comes online, the Unifrog comes online, Substitute Combo comes online, that even comes online even with just Soul Exchange, but you get the idea. So yeah, you have like a 76% chance to just start playing the game by the virtue of you just playing 8 copies of Treeborn Frog. And this deck doesn't play 1 for 1. Like he's not playing 1-for-1. But if you were to play 1-for-1, so you kick this up to 9, you have an 80% chance. So now it's only 1 out of 5 games that you kind of don't see Treeborn, which is really good. So yeah, I mean, that's like really strong. Like, so even the like 76% is also just really good. Like, this is what it is, 76% here. So I would say in terms of like, oh shit, did they kick me out? Oh, I wasn't even in there. But in terms of like playing the game, I would say that this deck is pretty consistent at playing the game. I think I played this deck for a tournament top. Like, I'm pretty sure last year. Okay, I was like, am I missing something here? I think I played this list and like topped the tournament, like a major online with this deck. So,
I actually remember. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I watched you play those. Yeah, you definitely did that. Yeah, that's definitely a thing.
Yeah, this music is from Duelist of the Roses. Luke, do you have to go?
Yeah, I do have to go about now. So thanks to everyone for having me. And thanks for being in the stream. Like and support and everything like that. Hope you guys have finished it out well. And I'll be sure to check in later to see what the final verdict is. And if if I disagree with you, I'll let you know, Fraser. But
okay.
I'll be checking in later.
All
right.
See ya. All right. So in terms of Hero Beat, now this is an interesting one. Hero Beat is definitely a pretty consistent deck. Like, it probably is even more consistent than Lightsworn and Monarchs. But do not confuse that with it being good. It's consistent because it does open Stratos and gets the alias and all that stuff pretty much like all the time. Like, rarely do they full brick. Like, rarely do they just can't make a play because it plays so many traps, so many Stratos, so many alias, and it's just so much redundancy in the deck. So it is consistent, but this tier list is not based on the deck being good too. Like, the interesting thing about this tier list, I have Hero Frogs and Vayu at the top right now, and these happen to be 2 of the best decks in the format. So they're consistent, like in terms of like how they don't really brick. Like, both of these decks rarely ever brick, and they have power. Like, they have a lot of fucking power too. Like Dad and Return and Chaos Sorcerer, and just all the other OTK shit, the Burial and all that you got. And then you have like Miracle Fusions and Monarchs and Treeborn and Substitute combo and all of that. So they rarely brick, but they're also powerful. Hero Beat is a deck that like pretty much doesn't really brick often, but it doesn't have that much power, and it's very predictable on how it plays. So almost everyone now who's been playing Edison for a while knows exactly how to play against this deck, and it's so linear that while it's consistent, it is not powerful. It trades a lot of the power that other decks have for consistency, but it's not even like it's not more consistent than Value Turbo is the thing. Like, honestly, unless you really like heroes, this is just a much worse deck than Value Turbo in terms of consistency and in power. Would you agree, Gary?
I agree. I mean, I've never been a fan of Hero Beat for many reasons. As a value player and and just watching the deck play over and over again, I'm like, damn, what's the point of this deck?
Yeah, it kind of doesn't really. To me, every deck can top. That is not up for debate. We've seen so many decks top. This deck has topped multiple times or whatever. All different iterations of this deck. You can play the skill drain version with no divas. You can play the diva version. You can play the Crystal Seer version. Whatever. We're not talking about can the deck do well, because every deck basically can. We've seen fucking Six Samurais top. I think Chamberlain is top too. Like, every deck can top. That's not the point. The point is that if you're playing several tournaments in a year and you're playing Hero Beat, I think your odds of doing well consistently are going to be rather low, just because you are going to get sacked by the decks that have more power than you. They might be not as consistent, but they're just going to do more unfair. Like, Amaryllis is not as consistent as this, but it's way more powerful than this. And that will carry it in situations where, like, this deck can't come back from a lot of things. Sometimes this deck loses tempo and it never gets it back. And so that's kind of the idea there. But it is consistent. Like, in terms of just opening Stratos, getting a Gemini Spark off here and there, maybe a Miracle Fusion at some point during the game. Like, yeah, it will usually do those things. All right. So here's Blackwings, and I don't know if I want to put Blackwings in rarely bricks or pretty consistent, because I do feel like Blackwings has the most sus hands out of the big 3.
Oh, I agree. I agree.
Like,
my god.
If these are the big 3,
so much.
Yeah, I think it's more like here. Like, it's better than every deck under it by like a good amount.
We're not arguing power here. Again, we're not arguing power. We're just arguing consistency. And consistency, oh my god, bro. Opening Vayu Whirlwind. Oh, especially if you're playing 2 Vayus, double Vayu Whirlwind. Oh, that hand's ass. You open Blizzard with a whole bunch of traps. That hand's not great.
Yeah, it just
like,
has more bricky hands than I would say. Like, it has more bricks than Hero Frogs and Value Turbo, like, blatantly. And it does need specific pieces to really, like, flow well. It's still an amazing deck. Like, no one will ever doubt that. I have it as a top 5 deck in the format, right? But I think in terms of consistency, like, I feel like when I play Blackwings, I don't know what kind of game I'm going to play. When I play Vayu and Hero Frogs, I feel like every game is relatively similar in what my game plan is and like how it's executed throughout the game. Whereas Blackwings, you just kind of start trying to deal damage with whatever you're given. So like, if you're given a Bora and a Kalut that game, you're just going to hope that those 2 cards ride out and that nothing goes wrong. Like that Bora doesn't, if that Bora gets Caius or some random shit, now the Blizzards become really bad all of a sudden. If you get bottomless, everything starts to fall apart. Like, it doesn't have as many starters either because the starters are so susceptible to traps. So like, I would argue Blizzard is not, well, this is not even an argument. Blizzard is not a starter. Vayu is not a starter. And Gale is not a starter either. Kalut is only really a starter if you have Whirlwind. And that is like a very mid start, but it is a start. So this one has like an asterisk. Shura and Bora and Sirocco are like the main like starters. And so when you look at like the ratio of how many cards, like, okay, why don't we just do this? Why don't we just take this deck? I'm just going to download it and just draw hands. I'm just going to draw hands with it so you guys can see. I think it's better to just illustrate it blatantly, like on camera. Now watch this deck just draw like fucking Whirlwind Shura every single game. And I'm like, all right, well, fuck me, I guess. But
yeah, even going second, like, oh, you go for Whirlwind Shura, like, oh, well, you got Ballast. Nice turn.
All right, so this hand, it's not a bad hand. This is a good black, like for a Blackwing deck, this is a good hand. You go second, you're like MST, summon, special, and then you get to set this main phase 2, and if your opponent can't respond, you're Gucci. Imagine your opponent like brain control Caius's you though. Brain control this, they could even go pump, attack, or they could just go straight up Caius this, because that's probably the better play, because this is a Blizzard target. They don't know what your cards in hand are. You're going to bottomless the Monarch, but then like you are kind of like, this is what you have now to like you, things are not looking great. Like things are just not looking great here. So this hand is good if this hand is good, and this is what I mean. If this guy gets to the graveyard, this is a good hand. Like this is good. If this guy gets to the graveyard, I would never complain about this hand, by the way. Like this hand, let's put this back. This hand is good. Like this is if I play this hand with Blackwings, I'm not mad that I drew this hand. But I'm just saying that in terms of like, when you look at Vayu openers, for Hero Frog openers, this is on the lower end now. Here's one of their like, essentially this is an auto win hand. Now you could die because of Solemn and like if you Solemn the wrong thing or whatever, but usually a hand like this is going to be very difficult to lose the game. You have just so much. It's a Whirlwind hand, right? You open those 28% of the time. 28% of the time you draw Whirlwind. So again, like this hand, it's just like they're so different. Like the hands are so different. And so the game plan is like, the way the games play out is so different with this deck that is like, I'm just summoning monsters and I'm attacking and I'm hoping that things go very well. No, we have not mentioned Gigavice. And this, like, these are the this is one of the hands that, this isn't a bad hand. I don't want this to be confused. Like, this is not a bad hand, but this is what I mean by, compare this to just Vayu opening a hamster or a Raikou play. This hand against a hamster or Raikou, which is like a very common opening in the format, is just like very mid. Because like, what do you, like, you're probably just setting the draw trap and like, I don't even like, oh, love these hands, right, Gary?
I mean, honestly, I would be okay with this.
Yeah, you are okay with this if you draw a playable monster right here. If you do not see a playable monster right here, this hand starts to become like awkward. How we feel about this hand now?
I mean, we can stall.
We can stall. We can stall.
It's okay. We can stall. I'm just gonna ban out this heavy storm. Oh.
How we feeling, Gary? How we feeling?
I mean, we can't hold on to this legacy forever.
All right.
Okay.
Hope. Now here's the problem. Is this going through though?
After all these turns, no.
Is this going through?
Because at this point, you're down in life and down in tempo. No. No.
This is like okay, like this is what I'm saying. It just doesn't play enough. Black Wings doesn't play enough starters. It's so weird because you think about Black Wings and how good the deck is in the format. Like in the context of Edison, Black Wings is one of the best decks. It is top 5, and I don't think it will ever not be top 5. I want that to be very clear. It'll always be a top 5 deck. But if we're talking about a brick ratio, this deck is still pretty consistent, but it is blatantly not on this level. It's just not. Like, it is just factually not. Now he's saying hand is great. Hand is great. Like, I mean, you can definitely play this hand and hopefully things just go right? Like, my God, here we go again. All right, we're somewhat cooking now. We're somewhat cooking.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
But yeah, it's just is it really a brick if you draw TT and Mirror Force? TT and Mirror Force are only as good as they get to resolve. And if you're playing against, like, this is one of the problems with this deck when it plays against Value, and why Value beats Black Wings more often than not, because those cards just get Raico'd a lot. Like, they're just fucking Raikou fodder. They make, like, the hands where they draw Card Trooper are super awkward. The hands where they just go Summer Armageddon Knight, send Necroguard into the grave, attack. Are you Mirror Forcing that? Are you Torrentialing that? Fuck no. So now you're just taking damage from Value. They're just poking at you while you're, like, bricked up. Like, you have these awkward, like, you have a lot of traps, but they're, like, Value is very good at picking off traps. So is Frogs. Like, Frogs is very good. I want you to draw a hand with traps if I'm playing Frogs, because, like, Frogs eat traps. Like, you can draw your Mirror Force and Torrential. Have that. Like, you know, these hands, they're not fucking terrible. They're just not as, no, this hand's crazy, right? Like, this is one of the, this is auto win hand. You trade some of the consistency of Value and Hero Frogs for, like, auto win hands. Like, oh, I just win. Not, this hand does not just win, but, like, you get the idea. All right, anyway.
All right.
So I'm going to put Black Wings at the top of pretty consistent, because it is pretty consistent, but it's not rarely bricks by any means. It's just not rarely bricks. Now, Diva Hero, I would say, is a pretty consistent deck. It's pretty consistent. It's not a coin flip, because coin flip is crazy. It's not a coin flip. It's pretty consistent. It's not, it does brick though. You guys know it bricks. Like Diva Hero, let's look at a list. Let's see if we can find, is there any, like, all right, this one got a lot of downloads. Oh, but this is Diva Hero beat though. I don't want that. Where is a Diva Hero that, like, let's see. Diva Hero is not, oh, here we go. Here we go. Of course. Why not the GOAT himself? A true hero's build. So is this deck, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just put it in the sim, right? Like, we could simply just actually put it in the sim. This is a True Heroes deck that he got second place at Ultimate Time Wizard, the first ever Ultimate Time Wizard. This is the first ever Ultimate Time Wizard second place deck. So we are going to test this real quick. Immediately no. We get turns though. We get turns though.
So about that coin flip.
Shut up. This is the first hand though. But this is not, like, it's not unplayable. It's just that Drawing Gilman is very bad, and that's what makes it, like, you know, annoying. Oh, but here we are. Look at this. Look at this.
I mean, you only supported the coin flip argument. I've only seen 2 cases.
You've seen 2 cases, and one of them was good, one of them was bad. Yeah, coin flip. All right, let's see. Okay, Cairo wins with these hands. He wins with these.
He does.
You know what Cairo will do? He's gonna blatantly put, yeah, and he's gonna pass. He's just like, pass, don't give a fuck. You attack me, drop Gores, draw, and then we drew fucking Gruffer, and the Dark Arm's coming. Like, this is how, and he'll win out of these hands all the time. So we have Stratos. We get our Stratos. We get Malicious. Or we can get Infernal Prodigy too, because we have double
Probably get
Kai's.
Prodigy.
Yeah, you can get either one though, but the Gruffer is follow up. So it's like, you have options.
Yeah.
I'm not a Diva Hero expert by any means. I can play the deck, but like I'm not an expert. But you get the idea. This deck is pretty consistent, like in terms of what it does. It's not coin flip tier. Coin flip tier is like not very good. But these hands, like Stratos, get Infernal Prodigy here. Like, you're playing the game. Like, so far with every hand that we've drawn, and the point is that, like, how often do you draw a hand where you cannot play the game? And so far, fuck this card. Fuck that card. Obviously, the deck has changed a lot since then. But yeah, I think I've seen him do this play where he does
he's
this.
definitely does this. Yep.
Yeah, you
Tribute
do
from
this.
Alley,
Yeah, you tribute from
card.
Alley, you set bottomless, or if you like really want to be about that life, you could set Mirror Force, so that way they can't do like sneaky shit like Summon Gale or Value and Crash or whatever, or Armageddonite. So you set like this, and then you pass and you draw in the end phase, and you have this for follow up. Even if they kill this, you have this for follow up. If they don't kill this, though, you have double level 8 next turn. So I mean, we haven't really like full on. Like, why?
What were you saying?
I mean, we still haven't full on brick though. Like, you can still play all of these hands. Like Mind Control plus Diva, Gores plus Caius, Sangan, Caius. Like, you have plays in like all of the hands, and that's like you're playing the game. Now, are you playing the game at the same level of some of the other decks? No, like of course not. But you're playing the game. Yeah, I mean,
this hand you would.
yeah. Yeah, you can go Diva, get Gilman, make art the girl. You get to see their hand turn one. You get to Sark for, I don't know what he was Sark for here, but he was Sark for something. And yeah, all right. So you guys get the idea. I would say that this deck is pretty consistent. This is a really good hand. This is a really, really good hand. And the deck OTKs you too. That's another thing. This deck usually doesn't duel very long because it's so explosive. Now, coin flip. Gravekeepers actually aren't terrible. Let's look at the list that did top. There's a Gravekeeper deck that has topped by Dion Brat right here, and it's basically a Gear Town Gravekeeper deck, so it does play triple Royal Tribute. The problem I have with this deck, and we've used this on Master and Disaster, I'm pretty sure. The problem I have with this deck is that Royal Tribute in Edison is so weird because you don't get to see your opponent's hand, for one. One of the strongest things about the card was that you got to see their hand. That goes without saying, right? That's obvious. That's not lost on anyone watching the stream. Seeing your opponent's hand, no matter how many monsters they discard, is huge. It's the reason why Trap Dust Shoot is a god card. You don't get to do that anymore because Konami, like the new rules or whatever. So you don't get to see their hand. This card sucks really bad against established fields. When I won a YCS with Gravekeepers, I had Pot of Duality. So I drew Royal Tribute in my opening hand way more frequently than you do in Edison format, which meant that I got to resolve it before my opponent could play their monsters on the field and make this card bad more often than in Edison format. I just think that in Edison, like, yes, this card can be a blowout and it's very strong, but in so many cases, it's just ass. And there's really not much else to say about it. Like, this deck is very explosive. You get your Gear Town stuff going on. You end the game fast if you can. Sometimes you might get an auto win, but that's like still wishful thinking, the whole auto win thing. You might get a game like that, but a whole set, unlikely. And it draws very inconsistent. Like, some of the hands, I mean, you can just look at it and tell. Like, it's going to draw, it's playing triple Necro Valley, it's playing Psychic Commander. Like, some of these hands are going to be terrible. It's just because of the cards you're playing. Like Gagillatron Dragon in your opening hand. Like, who the fuck wants to see that? Drawing Gagillatron Dragon, period, it's kind of ass. You really only want to see it with Gear Town, right? Like, when you resolve Gear Town, you want to get it from anywhere. So, I don't know. Like, it's more of a coin flip because like, oh, I might win an entire game off of just activating Road Tribute, that's broken. You activated a card and you might win the game, but you also might see their hand and be like, oh fuck. Like not only did I not get rid of a lot because he's playing like Gigavice or something, but okay. This might be a hot take, but I'm gonna put this at the top of Casino. This is Gigavice. So Gary, and you stop me when I not telling the truth. You tell me if you disagree, but
Okay. All right. I will stop you.
I think Gigavice is a very powerful deck when it does what it's designed to do. But let us look at a list. There are a lot of hands that are fucking absolutely unplayable. In fact, I'm pretty sure I just have a list in my account because I play this deck for funsies all the time. Let's see. Do we have Checkers list still in here, or do we just have one that's called Gigavice? I have so many. I need to delete some of this shit. My fucking inbox of decks is so disgusting because there's just so much in here. Okay, I don't see a single Gigavice deck in here. How is that possible? Like, how is that?
You
Hold on.
definitely play this deck.
Oh, here we go. Checkers Gigavice. I was about to say, I know I have this deck. Giga is more, I don't know. Like, I think Giga is pretty fucking bricky. Like, this hand isn't bad. You definitely get to play the game. You can go like Titanial. You can do, if you're really about that life, you can just go Giga Plant or whatever. Like, you have plays, but some of these hands, oh, that's awkward. That's so awkward.
That hand's...
It's not bad though, because you can go Lone Fire into Dandelion. Well, see, the weird part is you have to still get this off to get the Supervise. I don't think all is lost with this hand though. Like, I don't think this hand is like the end of like, oh, I can't play. It's just I don't know. It's just like some of the hands are really good. I'm not playing. I mean, I play 3 of it. Like, I don't know, chat. I don't know. Like, I just feel like this hand is good. Like, I mean, this is a good hand for this deck. But I do feel like every time I watch a replay of Gigavice, and there are a lot of replays of Gigavice now because of War League. Also, can we see Gary, isn't there a chart in the War League thing of like deck stats or something?
Yeah, I don't have access to that.
But that is a thing though, right?
That is a thing though. People in War League have access to see win rates against decks versus a deck. You can see the win rate of that. You can see, I'm not sure if you can see the win rate of the deck itself universally. I assume that's probably a thing.
Yeah. I'm checking something real quick. So in War League, oh. Fuck. So I want to see this in scoreboard. Here we go. In scoreboard, in Giga. Okay. Hold on, chat. All right. So let's.
I think chat's trying to help you out.
Oh, do they? /matchups is the command. So you can do
also Adam can send you a screenshot.
Okay, Adam, PM me a screenshot, please. Also, if you do /matchups, so I'm going to go to bot spam and do /matchups. And then do I just type Gigavice or something? Like, what do I do? Or is it going to DM me? League bot is thinking. What is it thinking about? Oh, it just sent me a fucking chart. Hold on. How do I get this open in browser? All right, let's see Gigavice. Non-mirror match is the win ratio 47. It won 21 out of 44 sets. Is that what I'm seeing? So it has like a negative win rate? Because that would be... It won less than half of its sets, right? That's bad. Like, Goes without saying. Yeah, it has a negative, like that's bad, right? Like Gigavice winning 40, like it's basically winning a coin flip of the time. So let's see what goes wrong here. Let's just watch this real quick together.
Oh, you got dust shooted.
Oh, got dust shooted. So when we did Master and Disaster, we also got dust shooted quite a bit with Gigavice, and I noticed that dust shoot is very effective against the deck a lot of the time. I mean, this is just not fair. Yeah, I mean, this is just not going to be fair. Not the fucking Starlight Rose set for the Mirror Force.
Oh,
All right.
all the Tate.
So they opened up Foolish plus Lone Fire. I feel like there's no way that you can complain about this hand, right? Like this hand is fine.
That's a really... I'm so scared to pass like that.
Yeah, I think passing like this is actually just terrifying as well. I mean, this game's over. Like, there's nothing to really see. And the thing is, like... Yeah, so you do this. And then you have to, like, fertilizer and stuff. Oh, they're just... Oh, well, now... Alright, I feel like we're watching, like... Like some sad shit right now. All right, I'm done. I think I've seen enough. I've seen enough with that. I think. Let me close these. Let me close this. I think Gigavice is still like a very powerful deck. I think that it's not solved yet because the deck literally came out basically it came out this year. So in terms of like treating it fairly, I don't think it's solved all the way. Like I definitely think that there's optimizations that can be made to the deck that will make it a bigger threat, because what it is trying to do is so unfair in the format. Like it literally is doing some modern level shit, but what it sacrifices to make those fields is consistency. That's the very thing that it sacrifices to do. Like, I mean, look at this. Some of these cards, if you don't draw other cards with them that are specifically good with them, like mainly this bullshit, this Super Solar Nutrient card, like oftentimes it's just really bad, but it's also the very reason why you're allowed to play the game sometimes, right? So it's like you play cards like this, you play Supervise, you play Market Rose, you play DR. These cards are great cards when you're already playing the game, but this is not a tier list focused around like how powerful is my deck. This is a tier list focused around consistency. And when you're playing 7 equip spells in your deck, 3 fertilizers, 3 Super Solar Nutrient and all this other shit, you cannot say your deck is like consistent. Like you just can't. Like your deck is not. It's just not consistent. Like a lot of your losses in a tournament are going to be because you literally could not play that game. That is just what it is. A lot of your losses are going to be, I could not do anything, which is like the same thing as Dragon Turbo. But I would say, I still think Dragon Turbo is like a bit better. If you want it to be like, you know, super hardcore, you could say, all right, sure, this is a coin flip. I'm willing to say that it's a coin flip. Maybe not as bad as, because what's as bad as Nurlaris? But Nurlaris has won an event. Let's be clear. Nurlaris has won an event, and it won through a lot of Value Turbo, a lot of Black Wings, a lot of Frogs and shit like that. Like Nurlaris, the Value Nurlaris deck has won an event. Just to be clear. So like, before you think that deck is, you know, the one to steal on, it has won. No one plays Nurlaris though, is kind of the thing. Whereas Gigaplant is very popular. A lot of people play it. Rarely does it actually see success. Like now that we've had a lot of time for people to use it, and I've been watching people use it, and like especially, you know, all over World League and stuff, but even outside of that, like YCSs and stuff, like I'll see people playing it, and yeah, it's not like that consistent. I think in terms of pretty consistent though, I do think that Frog OTK, I'm gonna put this up here, this deck is very consistent. If nothing else, so we'll pull this up right now. Okay, here we go. Diego / Adam Sheck's list. This is Alistair's list. This is like this is the list that has had the most success in the format so far. It's won multiple tournaments now. This deck is consistent and it's powerful. It's not as consistent as Value. It's not as consistent as Hero Frogs in terms of just like playing out every single set, because this deck, the hate against it can be very strong, and because it's such a powerful combo deck, it does sacrifice some consistency to meet its goals, but it is extremely consistent in what it does. I mean, it has the same ratio of opening up Treeborn Frog as like the deck that we just showed has an 80% chance to open up Treeborn Frog. It has 3 subs, 3 swaps, 2 Treeborns. It also plays 1-for-1. Technically, it plays Foolish Burial, which can also get Treeborn Frog, although that's rare. Salvage, which also gets you access to like, you know, Substitute and stuff like that. It's a consistent deck. It also gets to draw 3 cards and change its hand. Yeah, it's way high. Exactly. Like it's extreme. Like the deck, in terms of consistency is not its problem. That's not this deck's problem. It's very consistent. Does it brick? Absolutely. Any hand where you can't find this motherfucker right here, I guess you can't really see it because the way I have my screen oriented right now, but if you can't find Fishboard Blaster, those are your bricky hands. They happen. They are annoying. The deck can play somewhat without it, but not that great. Like, it doesn't play that great without it. It can like dupe block and flip flop your opponent, but you do need to see this card for it to be like the terrifying monster that it is. And then yes, that Jinja, after game 1, the hate that is coming for you, God help you. Just to give you an example, at YCS Houston, let's look at the no dupe frog deck from YCS Houston.
Oh,
let's look at
this side deck.
Yeah, you like this, right, Gary?
Oh, this side deck.
This side deck is so hateful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They saw 8 cards for this matchup, and they will not be the last to decide 8 cards for this matchup. So the hate is very strong, and that's one of the things. But you do steal, like, you will win a game just because your deck is ignorant as hell. Like, you will just win a game because Frog OTK is just like ignorant as fuck. You're just gonna, like, one of the games they're not gonna be able to play. They're just gonna get killed. They're gonna get Colossal Army Armed, and they're gonna get 8,000 through Gores. Like, one of the games is gonna be invalid. Like, I didn't do anything. I had no agency in that game. I just got destroyed. That's guaranteed. The other 2 games, you know, slugfest. But it is a very, very consistent deck. In fact, why don't we just, you know, because I like drawing with this deck. This is a fun deck to draw with. Let's see if we can import this bad boy. Where am I at? Let me quit out of here. Let's go to import. Now, for whatever reason, when I try to import this deck sometimes, it just doesn't take. Okay, it didn't fuck with me today. I know before, I would try to import this deck and it was just like, no.
Hello.
Oh, chat. Oh, chat.
Hello.
Oh, chat. Oh, chat. Chat. Chat, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? And you get the idea. Like, this hand is not okay. They are very likely dead on turn 2. On your second turn, like, which is turn 3 technically, or whatever. Chat.
I ain't mad.
Hell no, you're not. Gary, you would never be mad at Double Reckless and Treeborn Frog access and Fishborg access. It is very likely that your opponent is dead next turn. It is very likely. Draw for turn, activate, draw 2. Activate, draw 2. You are fucking dead. You are dead. Bring back Treeborn. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 cards. You are dead. You are big dead too. You're dead through a lot of things too. Like, you are factually, actually dead through so many things that I am slightly disgusted at how dead you are. Like, I feel bad for killing you so horribly. I'm not gonna solitaire here, but there's a lot that happens that you You've seen it before. And God forbid you put something. God forbid you put something in attack mode. God forbid you put something in attack mode. All right, Dueling Book doing the less than 1% thing again. But this hand isn't even bad. This hand has substitute access, right? And you have dupe block, like, you know, you have all the things. Again, hand isn't even bad.
Sounds great.
Yeah, summon swap, Sentryborn. Next turn they might actually die. Like there's a high chance they just died on the following turn. Again, we have yet to draw a hand that's like an actual brick. Like we've yet to brick. We've yet to brick. I might even put this in rarely bricks because the problem with this deck isn't that it bricks. Honestly, it rarely, like, bro. What the? All right, hold on, chat. I'm going to move this up here. I'm going to move this to rarely bricks because it doesn't really brick. Like it's so hard. It's so hard for this deck to fucking look at this shit.
Yeah, the Frog engine by default just auto puts any Frog deck. It's like pretty consistent.
This isn't fair. When we're watching Making a Murderer right now. Like this isn't fair. All right, this is the first hand where it's like this is a bad hand, but let's see what happens. Okay, so we can start to do stuff. Granted, some of the stuff we can do is desperate, but we can do stuff. But let's just move past that. That was the first hand out of literally like 15 that was actually not. All right, do I even have to play this out, chat? Chat, do I have to play this out? Like, hold on. I'll just... Do I... Like, Mom, do I have to... Do I have to, Mom? So, yeah, I mean, this deck... Bricking is not its problem. As you can see. Like, that is not... I could do this all day. Like, I could do this all day. I have substitute access, by the way, in case you're not familiar with how the Frog deck works. Swap Frog plus Salvage plus Water Monster that is 1500 or less equals substitute access, just in case you were, like, confused about it. Yeah. So bricking, not a problem. Do you get DDV'd out the fucking game sometimes? Absolutely. But you deserve it because you're playing this deck. And, like, that's, you know, this hand... I'm going to draw one of the two cards that I put back just now. How do I know that? Because Dueling Book is bullshit. And I'm letting you know that there is a problem with the shuffler. I can replicate that 100 times. I swear to God. It is so annoying that on Dueling Book, when I play for funsies, I shuffle like 8 times and my opponent's like, bro, just draw. And I'm like, I know you want me to draw, but I'm telling you there's something wrong with the shuffler and I'm shuffling 8 times because I think I have to. Because it's that bad. By the way, there's only one flip-flop in the entire deck. But by the way, my opponent is also fucking dead next turn. Just by the way, no matter what they do. They are dead. They are dead. They're dead through everything. They're dead if they have Dust Shoot. They're dead if they have Gores. They're dead no matter what. Just full stop. Anyway. Alright, I'm done with this. You guys get the idea. This hand's ass, but this hand could very well become not ass. All right, this hand's still ass. All right, this hand is factually ass. All right, we'll end on a bad note for this deck because it deserves it. But out of the 25 hands we drew, 23 of them were literally like OD. 2 of them were unplayable out of like literally 25 hands that I just drew. So yeah, all right. Rarely, yeah, he said all right. Rarely bricks. Marketing Control is pretty consistent. I think because it has, let me move this, move this here. I think Machina Control, because it has the Hamster Echo Caius engine and gear frame, I don't think bricking is like its problem pretty much ever. Like triple Hamster, triple Ryko, triple gear frame. Lila is somewhat of a starter. Card Trooper is a starter. But 9 actual starters that are like solid. 3, 3, 3. Like these are real starters. No funny shit. They're just real starters. I think that this deck is pretty consistent. You could even probably put it in rarely bricks. Like probably. The only thing that I will say is that you are playing triple Machina Force, and that is why I kind of refuse to put it in. I refuse to put it in Rarely Bricks because it plays triple of this card. That's what I like. I can't put it in Rarely Bricks when you're playing triple Machina Force. I cannot. And you're playing triple Pot of Avarice.
Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely argue that Avarice and Force contribute to your brick hands.
Mm-hmm. They are very like bricky cards. And you're playing six of them.
Yeah, and then in some cases, Caius can also be brick if you don't have specifically brain control.
Yeah. A hamster that resolved or whatever. Yeah, absolutely. So this deck is pretty consistent. It's a hamster deck of Caius decks. Usually those decks are consistent. Like gadgets are also pretty consistent. Like, I mean, if we look at the list that I think I have his list in here somewhere. Did I play his list yet? Let's see if I have the Gadget Houston list. Yeah, here we go. I have his list right here. So like, this deck rarely bricks, but it just like Hero Beat is not very powerful. Like in terms of just like power. Power being Value Turbo, Frog OTK, Hero Frog, shit like that. This is a great hand. Like this is a great hand. No complaints. I will never complain. This is a hand that is not bad, but it is fragile. Is Welodad real or just worse Diva Hero? I think it's in the same category for what it's worth. Yeah, look at this. So like this is fucking terrible, right? Like this card contributes to like your bad hands. How many is he playing though? I don't think he's playing like that many of those.
Pretty sure it's 3.
Just one. This build. Yeah. But the card is a brick, right? And so it, decks play bricks. It's not a problem, but it's a problem. He plays 8 gadgets, as he explained in the Teach Me How to Cook episode. He plays 8 gadgets because he plays 40 cards, so it's like 1 out of 5 or whatever. Yeah, I mean, gadgets are consistent. They play 8 gadgets, triple gear frame, so they're going to open up usually like a usually a playable hand. Just not the most powerful deck. Like sometimes, weirdly, even with Solidarity, a Caius or like a Monarch or like an Armwing can be really problematic for you because none of the gadgets can beat over like that stat line. If it's bigger than 22, things can get very awkward, and you weirdly start losing advantage in tempo because they summoned a monster that has 2300 or more attack. Like that happens all the time. Okay, I think this deck is a coin flip deck. It's probably like, I don't know, like, is it more consistent than Gigavice? Maybe. It's less powerful though. I think in terms of power level, I have them correctly. Like Dragon Turbo is more powerful if it actually does its thing than all of these decks. But in terms of consistency, I also think Dragon Turbo is like, I think Dragon Turbo is actually not, like, I don't think it's in this tier. Like we had it there earlier, but I don't think it's in that tier, like full on casino tier. But this deck doesn't do anything really without Fall Troll is my problem, or Cat. Like you can do stuff without Cat, but specifically without Fall Troll, and you guys saw the video that we did on the channel, Master Disaster. I think we tried multiple times. When this deck doesn't see Fall Troll, it is really just kind of mid. Like it's actually worse than mid if it doesn't see Fall Troll. Sometimes when it sees Fall Troll, it's bad because then you can't result, like your hand can't get the Fall Troll out on the field. It needs a lot of conditions to line up. It's not a bad deck. Like we know that now. It's not a bad deck, but it's kind of coin flippy. Like it feels very coin flippy how it plays out each game. So I think this is like a good place to put it. What do you think, Gary?
Yeah, I agree. Even the hands that you have Full Troll, sometimes you can't even, it's like you say, you can't even summon it because you just have one guy on the field. Yeah.
Oh shit, I put X equals Sabers. X Saber. Let's take Karthi's build that got 4th place at EWCQ 9. Fall Troll weirdly in the opening hand, and so is Gotham Z Call. These are like bricks in your opening hand. They can, you can unbrick, but when we're talking about just like I open and I can't really play the game and like I'm going to be like this for a couple turns, like some of these cards are really bad in the opening. Like Rajigara is really bad in the opening. Fall Troll is really bad. You know, games go longer than one turn, so I'm not saying that like, oh, because your opening 6 wasn't fully like playable, whatever, you're bad, but you don't have that many starters. Like a starter in this deck is Ember's Blade, but I will say that Ember's Blade is weirdly hard to resolve. Triple D Prison is in a lot of decks. Icarus Attack, Monarchs, there's just fucking Caius everywhere. Like Caius is everywhere you want to look is Visa. Hamster, Raikou, like this, it's hard to resolve Ember's Blade. So while it is a starter, I'd argue it's actually, oh fuck, I dropped my Apple Pen. 1 sec. While it is a starter, I'd argue that it is pretty hard to like get this off. So it's an unreliable starter. And it's a card that has to die in battle. Like recruiters fucking suck in Edison now. Like Tomato and Turtle and stuff like that, they're just not good cards. Like they're just not. They're just not. Like who the fuck is attacking Tomatoes and ham and stuff like that now? It's just not. They're not that great. So your real starters are like these. Full Helm Knight is a meme. Whenever somebody summons Full Helm Knight and passes, I'm just like, all right, you don't care about this game, do you? Just sign the slip, because you don't care. You're not taking it seriously. Like if you're summoning this turn 1 and passing, like you're not. You don't care. Like just say you don't care, bro. Just say you don't care. It's fine. Like I'll show up sometimes and I don't care. I won't be playing that, but I'll you know, I'll show up and I don't care, but I won't be playing that. So it's a coin flip. This deck is a coin flip. What else do we have? I mean, Flamvel is like bricked up. It's at the top of bricked up, but like it's bricked up, bro. You're playing fucking Flamvel, Magicians, and Rekindlings. Cards that literally are just so bad without multiple things happening that make them not bad. Like Flamvel Fire Dog has to kill something and to make the Magician like reasonable, or you need Brain Control or Mind Control with the Magician. Rekindling obviously requires graveyard setup, and like the payoff is not even as good as Miracle Fusion, nor are the cards you play to get the Miracle Fusion Rekindling live. They're not as good as the cards that you play to get Miracle Fusion live. Like Substitute, Swap Frog, shit like that, those are broken cards. Stratos, broken card. So the cards that you play to get Miracle Fusion live are broken. Diva, shit like that, they're broken. The cards you play to make Rekindling live are Flamvel Fire Dog and Flamvel Magician, and those cards are both ass. They're ass. They're just ass. So this guy has to get like it's worse Shura. It's just worse Shura. Fairies also bricked up. You just play entirely too many normal summons, which I consider that to be a brick, because when you have a hand of DD War Lady, Shining Angel, Cyber Valley, Nova Summoner, Christia, a D Prison, and a Mirror Force, it's like you might think that hand is good, but you are really a dupe block away from never playing the game. You're a dupe block away from never playing the game. Like, oh fuck, I'm never playing the game. So this deck, it just way too many normal summons. Also, this can't be stated enough, but like Deck Devi is being mained by arguably the best deck in the format, and this deck cannot handle that card at all. It is not like Frogs. It cannot be like, oh, I have a tree board in the graveyard at least, so now all my Monarchs are alive. It doesn't have that. Like, it does not have something like that. Its best prayer is that they specifically have 4 fairies in a graveyard after Deck Devi, and specifically also have Christia to like play the game. Anything that is not that exact scenario is just GG's from Deck Devi. Like literally, if you don't have exactly that, you're fucking dead. So this deck is pretty bricky. Zombies, I'm going to say this deck is also a coin flip to me. I think it's better, like in terms of like, I think it's more consistent than Gigavice. But in 2025 and even in 2024, I think Zombies is just, I don't know. It's not, okay, let's look at his list. Here's my problem with Zombies though. You need to see like Goblin Zombie and you only can play 2 of it. That bothers me like in a way that you would not understand. It bothers me so much that when this deck doesn't see this specific card, it is like so low on the tier list. Like I feel bad when I play against zombie players, even if they're good. Like I play against Fitz every once in a while, and I think the last time I played Fitz, he was playing zombies, and our match was just so like one-sided because he just couldn't get anything going. Like he had recruiters and I just had Caius and Swap Frog, so I was just bouncing fucking Caius behind a dupe block and just Caiusing it over and like you just can't really play the game a lot of the time with this deck because it requires battle phases. I mean, the Teach Me How to Cook episode with Beast Mode just came out this week. We recorded that like a month ago. And Beast Mode is one of the best zombie players in the world. Like he's topped so many, he's topped like literally 8 times with zombies. And even he's like, right now, it is so hard to play this deck. And you saw in the video, like, what was wrong. Like, it's very hard to play zombies. Not to say that it can't do well. Obviously, every deck can do well. Every deck can top. You take a good player, and if they, you know, get a good bracket, not too much Black Wings, not too much value, because I feel like this deck definitely loses to oppression. If you get a bracket that's, like, reasonable, I don't even know what your good matchup is, but let's say you get a bracket that's, like, nice to you, or you get the bad bird players, you can do well. But I think this deck loses the birds. Like, Gary, when you play against zombies, how do you usually feel as a value player?
That's a good question. I actually rarely face this matchup a lot, so I can't even give a good answer on this.
Because it is rare that people are playing it.
This is rare, just people just play it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because they felt like it's not strong enough for them. They're not as good. I don't know what problems that they had that the majority of players who played this deck have dropped it. So I don't know.
There's a lot of choices now in Edison, in real life and Dueling book. Everything's been reprinted. Substito's been reprinted to the ground. Amaryllis is now reprinted. You can play a lot of different decks. I think that there's something that feels bad about setting Pyramid Turtle when your opponent is setting Rykos and Hamsters. Like, I just think it doesn't feel good that you're setting like Tomato and your opponent is bringing back Treatment Frog and tributing for Caius. I think even when you draw a Goblin Zombie and this doesn't resolve either, or it does resolve, like, it's so wishy-washy. Some of the hands are broken. Zombies is a good deck, don't get me wrong. It's a good deck. It's an A tier deck. It's not S tier, hasn't been S tier in years, but it is an A tier deck, right? So it you know, it can OTK you. It can draw these hands that's like, oh, I drew the Dark Arm and I have Book of Life plus, like, you know, Diva plus Goblin Zombie or Teleport plus Goblin Zombie. It can do all of those cool things. But 9 times out of 10, it just doesn't really do much. And it ends up fizzling out. And that's kind of why I feel like it's a coin flip. It's very wishy-washy. When I play this deck, my problem with zombies, I play this fucking deck and I swear to God, my hands are always like Zombie Master, a Recruiter, and then just like random cards that don't really do. Like, I'll draw Instant Fusion with like Zombie Master or Recruiter. This will not get destroyed, by the way. My opponent will absolutely not. They will not kill this in battle. This shit will not die in battle. They will not even give me the opportunity. It will get Gemini Spark. It will get Deprisoned if I try to attack with it. Dear God. It'll get Monarch if I leave it there face down. It'll get Rykoed if I leave it there face down. It'll get Deck Devied if I leave it there face down. Doesn't resolve. I can't. Yeah, I can't deal. It's too coin flippy for me. I don't feel like I'm playing a consistent game. Bricked up.
At first.
Go ahead.
Yeah, No, you're good. So at first, when you put it into coin flip category, I was going to argue it down, but then you consistently made your points. I was like, okay, I can see that. And you kind of like, oh, okay, I can see that. I'm like, yeah, this deck is not it.
Yeah,
in terms of consistency.
Yeah, consistency specifically. Power, it has a lot of power though. It has power, but consistency, no. I'm putting fucking like burn, like chain burn or whatever. This is some casino shit. Like, it's just like, you can get there against bad players. I think you're hoping that your bracket is people who do not know how to play against chain burn and no GBs. Because if you play against GBs, you literally cannot win. You literally cannot win. Like, you literally cannot win. I'm gonna put. There's a deck that I wanted to tier real quick. Oh, this deck is also casino. It's probably a little bit higher. as you saw in the video that we recorded with the no dupes Hero Frog, our opponent won the set if they just knew how to do the combo. Like, he had us game 1, he Colossal Army Armed us, and game 3 he did the combo, but he just didn't know how to do the real combo. So he like made the guy that pierces 4,000. The guy should have been attacking twice, so he just kills me, but he didn't know how to do it because he watched the video but didn't memorize it, I guess, and he didn't feel like watching the video while we were dueling. But like, we would have lost, and there wouldn't have been much to do. Like, there was no like agency in what we did. We would have just factually lost the match. So this deck is Casino. It needs to draw Telekinetic Power Well. Yeah, yep. Telekinetic Power Well. It has to draw that card, really, for it to be like broken. When it doesn't draw Telekinetic Power Well, it is very mid. And if it loses a lot of life points and it doesn't see the field spell, it also can be really mid. But when things line up, which is what the casino's all about, right? You're gambling. When things line up, when you put it all on black and it just works out, this deck does just kill you. It factually just kills you. No agency. Okay, somebody said they want to see GBs. I think GBs is up here and like pretty consistent. GBs has to be consistent by virtue of it just being a bunch of monsters that all do the exact same effect. Like, in theory, let me put my music back on because I think my music stopped. Hold on. In theory, GBs are very consistent. Like, I don't think consistency has been their problem in terms of, do they get to play the game? Yes. Does them playing the game do anything? Sometimes no. Sometimes a 1900 monster, sometimes a Monarch is like GG. But that really shouldn't happen nowadays because they're hip and they're playing like usually they're playing Wabakus now, Triple Book of Moon. They get to play the game enough to be consistent. Like, it's a pretty consistent deck. I don't think that that's their problem. Their problem is that they lose tempo and they never get it back sometimes. Like when you randomly rise at them or something, or you like Wing Blast or Geki Break them at weird times, they go for Test Tiger and you like stop that play, or you bottomless their Bestiary, or you deprison their Bestiary or whatever because they try to get froggy with it, or certain things just make this deck like they could be winning the set or winning the game, and then out of nowhere one thing will go wrong and they just never recover, and that's how the deck feels to me. But it is consistent. It is consistent at doing what it's designed to do, which is like annoy the fuck out of people and make them rage quit. Like, it is consistent at that. Oh. We only have a few more. So like Valhalla Fairies is Casino. I like it. It's a fun deck, but if you don't draw, I mean, literally it's kind of a slot machine, right? Your plan is to go Valhalla, summon Tethys, and draw a couple cards off of it. And if that happens, it is pretty good. If that doesn't happen, you're now playing fairies with extra steps and you get DDV'd out the game like everybody else. So it's like, whatever. Christia Sworn, coin flip, like high coin flip, but it is a coin flip. This deck is less consistent than just straight up Lightsworn decks, which is why oftentimes you see Lightsworn decks just do better. Christia Sworn, in theory, should be the better deck because it, against all of these decks that are like high tier or whatever, especially like on an actual tier list, not a brick tier list, Christia Sworn does good against all of those, usually. Like, the better your deck is in the format, or the more powerful your deck is, the better Christia Sworn is against you. But Christia Sworn has problems drawing Christias without being able to get them playable, JD without making it playable. If you play Wolves, dear God, if you're playing Solar Purity and Light, same thing. Like, sure, you might be able to summon a Solar Purity and Light, but it doesn't really matter that much. And I would also argue that this is for the Pudding Fairy deck. Same thing. Like, the deck is very coin flippy. Oftentimes, you will have a hand that is like broken. You're summoning Christia like turn 2 pretty consistently. But then you draw Endrise, Christia, Solar Purity and Light, Lila, she got bottomless, by the way, and then other cards that just don't really do much, and you're literally losing to any deck. And that happens often enough that it feels very unpleasant. Also, again, DDV is so popular at this point. Oh, So you want to see like the Pudding Fairy deck? I don't know if. Oh wait, I probably just have it in my account. Hold on.
Yeah, you probably just have it. So in addition to all the like the brick monsters you have, it plays literally zero defense between like Fader, Church's Trap Hole. It's so you're just like, oh yeah, Gorz, Tragudia. That's like not a lot of defense, so like you might just get rushed down without even being able to say, oh well, damn.
Yeah, I will say
shot.
these defensive cards that it does play, Treacherous, and these, they're not trap defense that removes things like Torrential Mirror Force, Bottomless Deep Prison, trap defense. This type of defense is strong if you like on the following turn you put out a boss monster, which is what frogs do. They go Fader you, now Caius you, Fader you, now Miracle Fusion you, stuff like that. This deck, because the boss monsters are like very specific in how you have to summon them, like Christia needing 4 guys, this needing fucking 3 guys, and like 4. It needs 4 guys, but it needs them to be like 3 fairies and a fiend. It's just like very specific things. I'm gonna set this as default. We'll probably get to see. So this hand looks playable. This hand is very playable. If you draw your spells, this is with every Lightsworn Engine deck ever though. If you draw your spells, your deck is nice. So this hand is not like bad, but you guys should be able to see where this can go wrong. Like you can probably see how this can go very wrong in a regular ass Edison match. Because your current hand is really contingent on this resolving. And you do have this to stop Raikou or whatever. But you do need things to go your way, and you also need to not. You really don't want to get deck devied. Like, I mean,
speaking of deck devy,
yeah, like so. Yeah, I mean that's gonna be every fairy deck ever is just kind of susceptible to that. Okay, here's a really good one. Let us draw some cards. Commence the jiggling. Dueling Book, stop shitting the bed. Jesus Christ, Dueling Book. Commence the jiggling. All right, so I want to say this. 1, 2, 3. We have 3 fairies. So you see how close this hand is to being like really, really fucking bad, right? Like you like it's not lost on y'all how this is the only playable card. I'm not counting this because this just doesn't like it's a fucking 2000 vanilla. You see how quickly this can be a bad hand though, right? Like this can go south. Now, granted, if this gets to the graveyard though, your Christia is live. Also, if this gets to the graveyard, same thing because you can go banish because these are not fairies. And then this gets to the graveyard. But you do kind of like need a fairy to get to the graveyard to like drop Christia. And if that doesn't happen for any reason, I was about to say, ooh, thank God. Like, again, I'm not saying the deck is bad because it's not, but in terms of consistency, it's just like very inconsistent with some of the hands in terms of like what it can do. Also, what the Dueling Book is so wild.
Less than 1%.
Less than 1%. We've seen this on stream today. We've been streaming for almost 2 hours. We've seen triple of a card probably 6 times now. Like less than 1% again. Just by the way, super unrealistic.
I don't think it's Dueling Book. I think your account's just cursed.
Gary, this is an alt account. This shit says Johann Lieber. This isn't even like my main account. Also, like look at this. Look at this hand. Now, granted, you get turns in Edison, so this isn't like, yeah, it's a brick right now, but one Lightsworn could turn this all around.
You were saying?
One Lightsworn can turn this all around.
You were saying?
One Lightsworn could... Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. I didn't make it there. I didn't make it. I didn't fucking make it. We got plays.
Okay.
But like, Sure, like it's just I don't. It's just not. It just doesn't stack up. It just doesn't stack up. It's a very coin flippy deck. Very powerful when it does what it's supposed to do. But fish. I'm just gonna put fish in coin flip for the simple fact that you could literally be playing Forgs. You could literally play Frog OTK, or you could play any other Frog deck. And honestly, they are just better than straight up fish. Fish itself is like a bricky card, and you're forced to literally play. Let me just pull up a deck list. Fish. You are forced to literally play like bricks in your deck. Like you are forced to play Oystermeister and Eel and the actual big fish itself and Matabo Shark, I guess. Which, you know, a lot of these cards when you draw them, they suck. You have Moray to put them back or whatever, but you know, they fucking suck. Like, they suck. So it has the Frog engine, which makes it consistent enough, but at the same time, by the virtue of you could just play, it's 2025. This was 2020. Look at the date. This was a 2020 deck. You could just play Forgs, and it's just strictly better. I promise you. Forgs is just strictly better, and you're doing the same thing. You're summoning 5 monsters. Like, you're doing the same thing. So, like, the breed decks are also consistent. Like, they lack power, but they are, I don't know if they're going to have, okay, they don't call it the breed, but do they call it, like, plant synchro, maybe? Like, do they call it quick draw plant? Sure.
Yeah. I think by the virtue of the Hamster Raikou engine just being probably like the second most consistent engine.
Yeah, next to like Frogs. Yeah.
Yeah, next to like Frogs. It just gives it that leg up. So.
Right. Yeah, I mean, this deck, shout out to Churro Nation. They usually do play Raikou, but not Raikou. They usually play Hamster, but he's not playing any Hamsters. What I like is that he's not playing Quick Draw, because Quick Draw fucking sucks. But this deck is actually not bad. I'm planning to feature somebody on the channel with this deck. So this deck is not bad, and Eric always says that he feels like when he plays value against this deck, like he loses to this deck pretty often. I think it does have a decent value matchup, just because it grinds value. It outgrinds value pretty well. No one plays this deck, though. And the other thing is that it can be pretty weak to deck heavy if you just look at it, right? Like, if you just look at the list, it's very DD susceptible. Like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 cards that get deck heavy. You can, sure, if you don't want to count the Dandelions, that's fine. If you don't want to count the Necrogarden and Plague Spreader, that's fine. But the monsters that actually make your deck work, like the Breed Dragon, Lone Fire Blossom, those getting deck heavy matters a lot. Like, it hurts a lot. Raikou getting your deck started, it matters a lot. So, like, the cards in this deck that get DDV'd are really, really bad for you to get DDV'd. But it's a pretty consistent deck. Like, it's consistent. So I will put it there. Monster Mash, chat, I'm going to let y'all tier Monster Mash. Like, where does this go? I don't know, because I've played this deck all of 2 times in the entire 3 years I've been playing Edison format. I have no fucking idea where to put this. What do you think, Gary?
Honestly, I was going to put it between, like, Casino or Bricked Up.
Oh, shit.
Because, I mean, I don't know.
Hold on. I want to get the list that just won the last I Am Nerd tournament real quick. Because we have the list. We have the power. I'm going to grab this list.
Yeah, it's like Lewis says. It loses on the spot to Vanny's Fiend.
Does it? Doesn't it play Raikou or no?
No.
Oh, the guy wasn't... Oh, he's playing Raikou. Hold on. We're just going to pull up the list.
Well, this guy was.
This is the latest list of Monster Mash. We're going to draw some hands, because I don't know how to tier this, chat. Like, I genuinely... Not trying to be funny. I just don't know where to put it. I mean, his hand looks good.
I mean, I'm saying the Hamster.
Are you?
Yeah.
Do I get this in my hand?
Yeah. I don't know why you're doing all this, but okay. Go off, King.
The question is, why not? What 7s can we make? There's no Ancient Fairy Dragon? All right, well, this is awkward now. All right, I guess we were going Raikou pass. Fuck you, Gary.
That's what I'm saying.
I didn't know. You could have told me. Like, I didn't fucking know.
I said hamster. You're like, no, I just want to do my own thing. I'm like, okay.
You know that's how I am. All right. I mean, it has a lot of starters. Like, it plays Raikou, Hamster. Let me look at the list again. Where was that list? Here's the list. So it plays triple gear frame, double Hamster, double Raikou. So that's 7 cards that are starters. Card Trooper. And then, like...
I mean, the witch is also a starter.
The Witch is a starter. There you go. So it plays starters. It does play a lot of normal summons. I agree. I do agree that it plays a lot of normal summons.
It has to.
But this is like... These hands are not bad, though. They're not inconsistent either, I would say. Like, this hand is also very strong. To be clear, I do think that this guy might have cooked a little bit. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, I think he might have, like, slightly, like, just ever so slightly. Oh my god.
Oh my god. That's like game right there. That's how much damage is that?
This guy is 10 stars, so that's 1,000.
So it's 2,000.
Oh shit. He does 200 for each.
It's 200 per.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This doesn't really brick. This is a brick if this gets Caius, though, just to be clear. Or Raikou. Okay, this is a brick. Because if this hamster gets Raikou, Caius, anything, like, you do lose. But like it's I don't know, y'all. I kind of feel like this rarely bricks.
Alright, we'll put in a casino then.
I think it's higher than casino, though. I don't think this is casino. I think that this is...
Alright, coin flip.
Coin flip seems more fair. I think it plays the game, like, pretty often. Because it's playing Hamster Raikou Caius and Gear Frame. So it's playing Machina Control. It just doesn't play traps, but I don't think traps are like... Like, yes, traps are good, but I don't think traps are what makes a deck not brick.
If anything, traps contribute to breaking.
Oftentimes, yeah. But they give you turns, so it's always... There's like a caveat to that, right? Because traps, yes, they contribute to bricks, but they also are what gives you more turns to unbrick your hand. But like hands like this, where you have like... This guy, turn 1, get your fortress, right? And then... Whatever happens to him doesn't matter. On the following turn, you also drew your 1 spell. On the following turn, though, you have this... With this, with this, with this. So you're just doing, like, you can just do the most.
Yeah, I think why Monster Mash probably plays a whole bunch of normal summons is to give you something to do every single turn. Right?
Yeah. Like, it... I don't really think it... Okay, well... This isn't a brick. This isn't a brick. So we get this to our hand. Yeah, this isn't. It doesn't really brick. No, this deck doesn't brick, bro. This deck does not brick. It does not brick. Like, it rarely bricks. Yeah, it just rarely bricks. Monster Mash gets annihilated games 2 and 3. By what? I want to take this on ladder so bad. This deck looks so fun to play. Anyway, all right, let's finish this tier list out. So we have like Teledad or whatever.
Yeah.
Teledad is basically the same as zombies. Like,
I agree.
Like it's in the same category as like zombies, right? Like it's doing, they're basically the same deck. Like they're basically the same deck. They're playing usually Goblin Zombie and shit like that. When Goblin Zombie doesn't go off, the deck is like not as good. Chaos Fairies. Where's Fairies? Where's like Chaos Fairies? It's better than Pure Fairies, but it's worse than X Sabers now for sure. Ancient Gears. This is Casino. Ancient Gears are Casino. Hold on, let's. Is that even a deck name? Ancient Gear Machina. Here we go. So this is like an Ancient Gear list. I don't even have to explain why this deck can brick, right? Like, it's fucking playing this card, it's playing this card, it's playing this card. It's like, obviously, it can be a bricky mess. Like, just the top row. So, the Evil Hero deck, is this even, do they even have, I keep saying do they even have this, but like, Evil Hero. I don't know. Do they have how many players were at this RBET? 170. That's a pretty good showing. In terms of like, chat, what do y'all think about this? Because it really has to draw this card to have payoff for playing all of these bad fucking cards. Like, you're setting Jujutsu Master in 2025 and looking me in my face and telling me go is crazy work. You setting a Jujutsu Master in 2025 and being like pass is actually insane to me. Like, do you think I'm playing GBs? Am I a fucking joke to you? Like, what is this? I think, like, I think it's more coin flip. I think it's more coin flip. The reason why I think it's more coin flip is because when it draws Dark Illusion or whatever, not Dark, what is it called? Dark Calling?
Dark Calling. When
it draws Dark Calling, specifically, like when it draws this card right here, it's kind of nice because that guy is actually 5,000 plus damage and all that good shit. Like, it's pretty scary. But when it doesn't see this, you're just playing these cards for no reason. If you think about it. Hero Frogs is playing water monsters and hero cards, and those cards are just good cards. Like, Stratos is just a good card. Like, Alias is just good stats, good typing, like all that good stuff. Substitute, Swap Frog, Treeborn Frog are some of the best cards in the entire format. So the Miracle Fusion is just like a fucking bonus. It's like, oh, this is the payoff for playing good cards? Like, that's not fair. Vayu is playing a bunch of dark monsters and a bunch of like Raikos and shit like that. The payoff for playing that is I get free 2300 monsters. Like, that's kind of broken. The payoff for playing this is good, but when you don't see it, you're not playing, like, your deck isn't comprised of actual good cards, so you just look kind of crazy. Dragons, I think dragons are actually pretty consistent. Like, if we're talking about just dragons, like, let's see if we have a dragon beat. Oh, I think this is what it's called. Here's a list by Keegan. Okay, this isn't the deck I'm talking about, because I was thinking more of like the Hamster Echo Caius dragon deck.
Oh, flip dragons. So probably look at Fitz.
Fitz, yeah. There you go. Okay. This is like more of the speed, I think, because this is more modernized. I feel like this list from Keegan was 20. Yeah, this is 2020. I don't think that, like, looking at lists from 2020, obviously it's been 5 years. The game has changed significantly. But this deck, because it's, you know, first of all, it's playing triple upstart. This card by itself is like really ignorant. Also, there's a build of this that does play like a lot more hamsters and Raikos. This one is playing Snowman Eater, so that way they can make level 7s with the Debris Dragon, which I get. But like, this deck is good. Like, not like that good, but it's good enough. Like, it's good enough to top. It's good enough to like even win. I mean, he won Deck Devastators 4, and Deck Devastators 4 had 134 players. Just to be clear, 134 people. And 2023, that's fucking good. So yeah, I think it's decent. Amaryllis is, I have really mixed feelings about this one.
Oh, I don't know.
Cause like, yes, it is kind of consistent, but it's also bricky. Right? It's right. It's like, yeah, I think Sean, you're right. I think it's like in the middle. Like, I think Amaryllis is probably more consistent than every deck in this tier. If you just look at this tier, I would say it's more consistent than every deck in this tier. Like, in terms of like playable hands. But I don't think it's as consistent as these decks in terms of just you just brick. Like you're playing triple Titanial and sometimes triple Amaryllis and trade-ins with only 5 or 6 targets. Like, so it's kind of it's right in the middle. It's right in that middle of the line, like the coin flip. Like sometimes your hands are fucking broken. Trade-in plus Amaryllis plus Lone Fire Blossom, get Titanial, in phase, bring back Amaryllis. I have 7 cards on turn 1. I'm fucking winning. But when that doesn't happen, the hand is like trade-in, you know, a Ryko and a Hidden Armory, a Miracle Fertilizer. And like, yeah, the hand's not like bad, but it is one mistake, one Caius, one Ryko going second. Like if you go second, one Ryko, a Caius, a Trap Dust Shoot to put back the Ryko. Like it can brick very, very easily. So I would say it's at the top of coin flippy. Like it's right in the middle. Right in the middle. Cat. You're playing a casino. Okay. Cat is going to be at the top of casino. And the reason why I say that is because you're literally playing a deck that is based around one fucking card. And I love Cat. Shout out to Snack. I know she loves this deck. But like, so many of the cards in this deck that are not good independently, like X-Saber Arabellum is just not really that great. Summoner Monk is like fucking oppression fodder. Is DDVable, and it needs a spell card. And honestly, a lot of the spell cards I don't want to pitch. Like some of the cards you have to play in this deck are just so awkward, and the payoff is like you get to summon Cat, and it's crazy because even when this deck does its absolute best play, which is summoning Cat good, that's not even enough to be like I won the match now. Like it's not even. I've been catted so many times with frogs or like really any deck, and I'm just like, okay, like you took a card out of my hand and you ended on like some nonsense, and my deck is just modern, so it does way more than like that's not enough to put any deck in the grave. It's not enough to put any deck in the ground in 2025. Like just resolving Cat is not like, oh no, he resolved Cat. Like I'm more afraid if you go Lone Fire into like Titanium or Lone Fire into God forbid Gigaplant. So I would say like this is how we're looking at the end here. I think this is like 36 decks. This is a lot of fucking decks. It might not look like it. This is a lot of decks. Are there any decks that you guys are wondering where, like we don't have it on here? Or do you think that there are any decks that should be in a different tier on this list? I personally think Monster Mash is kind of nice though. I kind of want to play Monster Mash. Like I kind of want to ladder somebody. That was fast. Now my opponent's not fucking responding. All right, real quick. We gotta get, where's our dice roller at? Don't I have a die roller in here? Ban list history. How do I not have a die roller in here? All right, I'm just gonna Google it. All right, we rolled a 2. 1, 2. So we'll just do this. I'm just gonna play this because this looks really fun to play. Monster Mash with triple Secret Village is the only spell. I personally don't know anything about that, but that sounds interesting to say the least. I don't really know what else to say though. I don't have a strong opinion about that. Winged Rhinos, that's one of the ones I forgot. Winged Rhinos is pretty consistent at what it does. It's definitely not coin flip. Like it's pretty consistent. And you get turns because you're playing 26 traps. So you're going to get turns. Like, also, this is the average dueling book experience right here. What's happening? Like, what is this? What is happening? This is the dueling book experience. My opponent is just, I don't know if they're fucking watching the stream right now. Like what is happening? All right, let's see what they're playing. He did wait for my die. Oh, it's this deck. What does this do? If this card is into the graveyard, all right, I'm summoning this. All right, now if you synchro this for a dragon, for a single summon of a dragon, it gains 800. So if I summon Stardust, the Stardust will fucking die, which is like so strange. I could put a lot of damage on the table though. I don't think
Hey,
I'm.
it's X Sabers.
Yeah, I don't think I'm supposed to. I'm just gonna run into this. I'm gonna check. I don't know what I even play in this deck, so we have like a couple level 8s. We can make a Colossal Fighter, because I think if I make Colossal Fighter, the effect like doesn't apply or whatever. Yeah, I don't think it applies, because it also banished that face-up monster during the end phase. So that's weird. Quick question, can you Hyper Stardust negate the effect of... Oh, what does it say? It says banish that face-up monster during the end phase. But it doesn't... Yeah, Stardust can't negate that. I'm just gonna pass. I'm just gonna pass. This deck doesn't really play monsters that beat over Hyper Synchron, I don't think. Like, it has Galahad and what's the other guy? Is there another guy? I know Galahad can get attack.
I think they started recently playing this other one that's kind of big.
Okay. Oh, I can move this screen over now that I'm like done the tier list, basically. No, wait, that is not the screen. Bro.
Okay.
So what the hell is this
Hello,
thing?
Caius.
Oh, it's a machine. Yeah, I mean. I mean, we have game. This is game on board, so I actually don't need to do anything else. And last turn he didn't stop me, so am I supposed to do more? Like, I feel like this is just good enough. X-Sabers suck. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I think X-Sabers, I think it is, like, just sucks. All right. Probably play Mind Control. Wait, I'm maining Crow? What the hell?
Yeah.
I don't really feel strongly about any of the other cards. She goes in defense mode, which I know is a bad thing. So we're gonna hard pass on that. This is probably better than Crow because they're gonna be trying to attack my hand, and I'm just gonna call it a day. Where do counter fairies rank? I don't know what that means because I don't know what a counter fairy deck looks like in Edison format. Also, my screen is like super jank right now. I'm gonna pull this over like this so you guys can actually see if I put a card on the one side.
Oh, that is a hand.
Why does this deck saw Hanewada? Oh my god, this hand is bricked. Okay, hold on.
Okay.
This deck is... I'm still bricked up though. Alright, we're doing a lot better now.
That helped so much.
So we might just lose next turn if they have Fall Troll. I don't know if I'm supposed to, like... I could just summon Fortress right now. And I actually think I'm gonna fucking do that because... Actually, this guy does something, doesn't he? He, like, wipes the... If this card special summon, send all of our face-up monsters on the field to the graveyard. Interesting. Okay, It's a machine light. I don't get the... Yeah, this is a machine, and it's a tuner. So, I could go, like, pitch both of these to summon Fortress, which is super ass. Or I could just summon... I feel so scared right now. Hopefully he didn't side in Cyber Dragon. I am not attacking that face-down monster, though. I am just not doing that. I just don't think if you know you're playing against X-Sabers, there's any reason to attack a face-down monster. I really can't think of a good one. Summon cat. Cat good. Summon Kate. Kate good. Unless you got her. Nah. You got me. All right. If he has fall troll, we just lose. Like I even said, like this hand is so fucking bad, drawing double of this thing or whatever. Summon Kate. Kate good. Yeah, X-Sabers, when they see Cat, the deck is broken, but like last game, he literally didn't do a single thing. Like he gold sarked and died. Like, I only play monsters. Like my deck can only summon an attack. That's literally the extent of what my deck does, and it was too much for X-Sabers last game. Like that was too much. I should change the name of this title to Plus Casual Dueling. Oh, he has Fall Troll. We're cooked. We're fucking super cooked, chat. If you ever thought we weren't cooked, we're fucking OD'd upon. Oh no. Am I dead? Yes. Am I dead this time? Like, is he gonna... Oh, he's doing tricks on it. Oh, he set that, so that, yeah, this discards that. Oh, he does play Cyber Dragon, so now I know that. I don't want to die.
Well, you might.
Come summon cat good. Summon cat good. Fall Troll effect, bring back Arabellum. Yep, I'm getting my shit pushed in. Backwards. Take 2,000.
Oh.
I guess by the time that happens... Wow, he's fucking tight. Okay, so I take 16. Alright. Trooper Draw Fader are gonna be biblical. I thought you were gonna say diabolical. Alright, he's gonna take some cards out of my hand. Mind control.
Oh.
Sure.
Oh. Bro, did we call a level?
Yeah, he has a 5-star in the grave. Oh my god.
Oh, said everything?
Oh my god. How does this work? Must be special summoned by banishing all light machine monsters from your field and graveyard.
Wow.
Yo, bro.
What a topic.
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming and you...
That was nuts. What does this do? It gets 500. Becomes the number of monsters banished for a special summon times 500. Okay, so it's just 500. And it gets defense too. This card's attack and defense become... Okay, so it does get big. I don't know if I want to summon a Hyper Synchron, no, or do I want to pitch both to summon Fortress? He could top deck Cyber Dragon. I'm probably being ridiculous though by saying that, right?
I think you're really ridiculous.
I mean, I just top decked Cyber Eltana, and so like, I do have like guys. I have Champion's Aura, so I'm very lucky. I don't know if you know that, but like, I am typically pretty fucking lucky in general. Because you need to be both. You need to be good and lucky. All right, just don't draw Cyber Dragon, like please. All right, let's see what he had. All right, that was easy 2-0 cream. In my defense, even if I didn't draw Cyber Eltanen, he put himself in a bad position by summoning Stardust Dragon when I could just bring back Fortress. Like his ending field of Gothams, Brionic, Stardust, Summoner Monk is still bad. To be clear. Like, that was still very, very bad. What is this? Like, if you watch this game... Yeah, this... I still think his ending board was just not very good. Because you don't make Stardust... If you're just going to do that, you might as well just end on, like, Colossal Fighter. If you're, like, if you don't have a back row, making Stardust Raw is so bad. Especially against... It's bad against this deck. Like, any deck that plays this fucking card, because then I just go... Crash into Stardust, pop Gothams. Now you have egg on your face. Like, literally, I had that play set up already. Like, it was just here. Like, crash, pop Gothams. And then, like, now we're gonna, you know, I'm still not in the best position, but you only have a fucking Summoner Monk and a Brionic, which is also a weird monster to just have chilling on your field. And I drew some... If I didn't draw Eltanen, I drew something, right? Like, I had to draw something. He draws Faltrall. Ah, yes. Yes. Where do we have X-Sabers? We had him in Coin Flip, right? Okay, Coin Flip.
Yep.
Right? He did a lot. It still wasn't enough, but he did a lot. Anyway.
All right. Well, that was fun.
It was.
I think I'm going to head out.
All right, Gary. I'll see you later. Talk to you later.
Yep. Well, if you're liking the stream, please like. Please subscribe, help out the channel. It means a lot to them. And anything to return, they'll do more for you.
Thank you, Gary.
And with that, I'm out.
All right, see you. But yeah, chat. I think Monster Mash doesn't really like brick often. Like this hand's playable. I lost the die roll, didn't I? Didn't I lose the die roll? What is happening? Did I lose the die roll or did I win the die roll? I'm confused now. Like, I'm genuinely shocked. Oh, we're playing... Is it a mirror match? I guess you're not going to be able to see my life points unless I, like, move this. So you guys have a choice. I feel like you'd rather see my life points than see, like... I feel like seeing my life points is more important. Okay. Yeah, it should be this. Now I'm just killing my hamster. He's like, fuck that. I'm not attacking that Raikou. I could move my camera. Yeah, I could move this. All right, hold on. Let me do that. I'll move myself. All right, 1 sec. I'll do that in a second. All right, how do I... Let's see. How do I want to do this? All right, I'm going to move myself all the way over here, and then I'm going to mirror myself. This guy's probably like, this guy is playing so fucking slow. All right, here we go. All right, we're over here now, which is probably where we should always be, right? Let's do this. All right. Here we are. So this can make Brionic. It also, does it make this one Dark Tuner? No, it does not make that. I don't know what to do here. I can Caius him. I can also get like really aggressive and flip Raikou, pop the gear frame just cause the gear frame is gonna go this turn anyway. Yeah, let's just do this. Let's just do this. I'm not going to target that just yet, but we are going to target it eventually. Okay, so we did mill this, which means that we can summon Cyber Eltanin, and that by itself just sends this to the grave. Is that what I'm supposed to do here? Oh, I can make a level 8 synchro with Gigantes and Hyper. I don't know if that's a better play. That might actually work. I can go special, normal, synchro, make Stardust. Stardust beats over this guy and he's mandatory. It's mandatory, right? If this card's destroyed by a battle target. Okay, that's broken. That's exactly what we're doing. Yo, thank you for that. That was broken. Because Stardust gets big. Oh, 33? So it gains 800 attack. And then, do I want to go any harder? No, I'm not summoning Fortress here. That just seems bad. Yeah, that's the plan though, is to just retain this. So he takes 800. Attack for 200. All right, main phase 2, we already normal summoned, so yeah, we'll just go in phase, bring this back in attack mode. Now, obviously, him having Fortress Engraved means that I'm probably just going to get Machina forced, or not, or none of that's happening. Boy. Monster Mash is pretty good. Yeah, I like this deck. I'm not gonna lie. I actually just like the way this deck feels. I can attack into his D prison. I could be so outrageously aggressive. I'm having to control myself to like not go ham. Like I'm trying my hardest. I think I'm just gonna attack like the starters get D prison and then just like set hamster. Same thing. It's not worth 200 damage to have this in attack mode. I'm running the exact list from the local, yeah. There's the Machina Force. Annoying. Do we have a Raikou? Okay, I was about to say, we might not have a Raikou to get. Oh, why didn't they get Force? Don't tell me they run one Force. That's crazy. You're fucking sick. I only run 2 Raikous though. That's what's wrong. Okay, I have to get this, which I'm not even mad at, but I have to get that. No bottomless. Do we play Mistworm? We do play Mistworm. We also can just Black Rose this. We can also Catastrophe this. I kinda like just doing this. Yeah, you definitely can run Cat in this deck. I'm actually surprised this deck doesn't run Cat. Solemn, sure. So what's that back row? I don't want to overextend too much here, but I think we can just do this. So I haven't normal summoned yet. If I target back row, it's 600 over this. It's not game. I was trying to see if I had game. If I target back row and then summon fortress. I don't have a fortress engraved yet. I don't. All right. Anyway, let's just get in. All right. We are 1100 away from winning. What game is this? This is game one? This is game one, right? Yeah, this is game one. I really like that Stardust play where it became 800 bigger and then just like... Oh, he's playing Gear Town. Yep, I take 100. Classic scenario. You got a party. Calling limiter removal in the background. You think he has fucking limiter set? That would be scary. Let's see. If we discard Machina Fortress and Card Trooper, we can special fortress and attack his fortress and then pop his back row. Then we can set Ryko, and then that sets us up for game next turn. I think that's the play. Unless we get bottomless. About to go see Revenge of the Sith in the theater for the first time in 20 years. Museum, Zeddy. 2 grave, pop that. Starlight Road? No, it can't be Starlight Road because I tried the Black Rose. Oh, it was limiter removal. Whoever called that, you get $1. You fucking called it. That was a sick call, by the way. That was actually crazy. He really did have limiter in the back row. Damn, I was gonna die. Alright. Alright, well... That, as they say, is that. Okay, he didn't make me go through the motions. He said not activating limiter is a choice. Yeah, he could have just limited there and not let me gain or like have the extra life points, but he just chose, I don't know, violence of sorts. So he's playing Ancient Gear. I still don't think DD Crow is good against this, so we're gonna take that out. If I brain control his guys, what does that do for me? Deep Prison's really good against Fortress. I'm trying to think. Just the 1D Prison seems fine. Lila also seems kind of good against... I mean, he's playing a lot of fucking traps, obviously. I don't know. I'm just going in. I don't feel too strongly about this matchup either way. Okay. What? Why am I going first? What is happening? Like, what is actually happening? My plan. Oh, he's trying to fucking murder me. Ancient Gear likes going second. That in Edison, that's not a thing. That's just not a thing. He got tired of hamster. But this time it wasn't hamster. We got nothing but monsters, baby. We got nothing but monsters. Cyber Dragon has to go. The Battle Fader makes me feel really comfortable because he's trying to kill me, I think. Him going second is so memeish. Like, only Dragon Turbo, and even that should not go second, obviously, but like, if a deck were to go second, I feel like that's the one. There's no incentive to go second in Edison format, guys. I don't know if I need to make a whole video on that. I don't think anyone in the chat needs that to be told to them. I think you all know that. I think every single person watching right now, all 100 of you, know that you don't go second ever under any circumstances. There's not a single good reason to go second. Yes. Oops. Oh, my 1D prison. Alright, but we did mill a dark. So we can Chaos Sorcerer. That's definitely wrong. That is that is crazy, actually. All right, well, every format before Duelist Alliance has no reason for going second. Yeah, like, this is not some high OTKU format where going second I could just like actually OTKU. This is not that. All right. Yep, attack my sorcerer, contact with my Cyber Dragon. Not him doing all of it wrong, bro. Why is he doing every play wrong? Is it like, it's like he's doing the opposite of what you're supposed to do. I'm over here playing around Mirror Force, and he's given the cards to actually like dismantle my field perfectly. He's just like, nah, I don't want to. He has a lot of points. Does this mean he plays a lot or something? Like, these are not low points. Like, what's happening? Am I getting brain controlled? This isn't making sense right now. Chat, what is happening?
Bruh.
He's memeing. I think he's watching the stream and just like memeing. I really do. Okay, he can do that, yes. Yeah. All right. Average experience on Dueling Book. So how are y'all doing this Friday night? Live dueling is actually kind of funny because you get to see how nonsense Dueling Book can be. Like, just You get to see it right now, like up front. How fucking bad Dueling Book is. Imagine putting out content every week for years, and this is the only platform that you can really use to do so. I just, oh my god. This is the life of a content creator. Y'all are seeing it right here. This is the shit that gets edited out of videos. Like if I was recording right now, this would just be edited out. Or me and Kenny will be ranting right now about some random shit. Master Duel does need Edison. And not OCG Edison. It needs real Edison. Like that's what it really needs. This is obnoxious. We're just gonna wait. Does this mean that he closed his laptop? Like he slammed his laptop shut? Is that how you get that to happen? Like how do you do that? Or does that happen if you just close the tab? Like if you just click the close button on the tab, does that happen? I'll never understand people, bro. Okay, if you just close your, so they're like rage quitting. Oh, he is playing like an OTK. He said this is part of my plan. Okay, so he could have killed me at some point, like if I didn't defend myself, if I had a pulse. That doesn't happen if you leave the game. If you just click quit game, it will say you left the duel and you admitted defeat and the duel will be over. But if you close the browser or close your laptop or whatever, then you get the countdown. Yeah. This guy was just like, I don't want to win. Summon Fortress, attack, and then I am going to summon Fortress and attack, and he doesn't limit her. He misses out on 2,500 damage for no reason at all, and then he scoops. This game, for no reason, he just decides, Sean, can you stop tagging me over and over again? I don't want to have to tom you out, but that is obnoxious. You do not have to tag me in every single message you write. But yeah, this... I don't know much about this list. Is the Hypersynchron plus Hanewada a meme? So no, Hanewada was... I was told that it was for if people try to Colossal Armory Arm you. When they equip the fucking Armory Arm to your guy and they summon Colossal Fighter, you discard Hanewada and now you gain life. I guess you could do it when they declare an attack. So you just guarantee... Let me look at the list. Hold on. So Hanewada, you can discard this card. You take no effect. Oh, you don't gain anything. But you do take no effect damage this turn. So like when they attack into your guy with Colossal Fighter, you just discard this. And now basically their entire turn is over. And they should be in a bad spot, right? I feel like no matter what, they should be in a very bad spot. The Hypersynchron is a light machine tuner. So it is sus, but you got to see the vision. This guy requires light machines. Also, where is the Cyber Dragon at in this deck? Is there no Cyber Dragon? Huh. There's no... Am I... Oh, there they are. I was about to say, I hate these. I fucking hate those Cyber Dragons, by the way. I wanted to get them out the deck because I don't like the way they look. All right, here we go. We got real Cyber Dragons now, chat. We got real ones. I do not like those fake Cyber Dragons. But no, this card is against Colossal Fighter Armory Arm. Yeah, if they just end on Colossal Fighter and you have a monster equipped with their Armory Arm, I feel like it should be relatively easy for you to win from there. Like... Wait, don't? Isn't this the Gigavice guy? This is the Gigavice guy, right? Did he fucking... Now I'm playing against the Gigavice guy. That's the Gigavice. That's the Gigacope. Not Gigacope. Imagine choosing to go second. Oh, this hand was fucking nuts. And a back row? You're fucking kidding me. What do we do, chat? What do we do? So we do have Fortress Engrave. We have Cyber Dragon. Is this a machine? Oh, it is. Okay, that's something. Power Tool is a machine, yes. So I can... Summon Fortress. I can contact Cyber Dragon. Okay, so I think I'll summon this. I don't think we're making a level 8. I think we want to contact. Oh, that's awkward though. Oh, that's awkward. If we summon Fortress, we crash into Stardust, but then he can negate with Titanium and Gigaplant, we'll just bring it back. If I make Colossal, I crash into Titanium, and then I attack over the Gigaplant, because the main problem here is definitely Gigaplant. I could just go all in, which I think I have to, and say that if he has Mirror Force or anything, I just fucking lose anyway, right? Like, I kind of have to do that. Like, I do have to just play all my cards, basically. That's the position that I'm in. Like, I just have to... Okay, we're just going to play all of our cards. No Warriors. Do I randomly play Warriors? I don't even know if I play Warriors, but there are none in the grave. So, summon... Okay, summon... okay. Quick and easy, baby. Alright. What am I supposed to side against this deck? Is Cold Wave good? Maybe the Crow. I can see Battle Fader being ass. Fader seems ass. I think you could put this in. I don't know about Solemn against Gigavice. Like I always wonder if that is. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to side too much. I think we're just gonna do this. Call it a day. That hand was cracked though. All right. This looks like last game. Just. I'm in love with you, way I want it to. Not 2 games in a row. Dueling Book is very kind. Singing no, 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 no. I'm in love with you. Way I want it to. He needs to buy a lottery ticket ASAP. Not buy a lottery ticket. I mean, I guess we always just killed the Gigavice. Yeah, yeah, like... He has Mark plus DDR in hand. Yeah. I mean, he missed blatantly on the Supervise, right? So, like... There are no secrets. Where's Fortress? We should be able to do a good amount this turn. The only problem is, I hate playing machine decks. I always feel so weird about Cyber Dragon. Like, I could do the absolute fucking most right now, but I just feel like it's kind of wrong to do it. Like, summon this, and I could summon another Fortress by discarding Fortress and Quillbot as a machine? Yeah, it is. And then just doing this. But we don't have a tuner, so this guy can't come back. Gallus doesn't do anything without a tuner as well. So, I hate taking it easy against this deck. Like, I really do. Does this deck even side Cyber Dragon? I actually don't know. He also has like Mark of the Rose, right? So if he has Mark of the Rose, then Double Fortress is like also just very iffy anyway. Like it's very sus. I think we could just attack. In terms of equipping, I mean, Mark of the Rose is Mark of the Rose. Equipping is... It stops him from taking this, but, like, I don't think taking this is going to be... I mean, I could get Brioed out the game, but that would require, like, very specific cards. So, to me, right now, I don't have too much of a strong opinion about equipping. I think I'm just not going to equip and just pass. I was surprised he didn't have anything to set, even as like a back, even as like a bluff or whatever last turn. But 2 games in a row opening full combo is broken. That if that's how you're, if you can do that and do that at Ultimate Time Wizards, you will be in top 8 in no time. Low difficulty. Also, did he side one of these out? I only asked that because He summoned this from his hand. Yeah, I don't have Crow. Good. So Nettles. Okay, copy plant. Does this copy? Okay. Yep. Avada Kedavra. I think I'm just fucking dead, actually. Who attacked? I guess it had to be, yeah, 300. Yeah, this part doesn't matter. Fucking card. God damn that card. Alright. I don't have any light machines in my grave. But we can put one there. We get special. This just sends monsters to the grave. Send all over face-up monsters. So we get special by discarding this guy. Attack the Giga Plant. Then it'll come back. Then summon Cyber Eltanen. Everything gets wiped down. Alright, I think that's just the play. Because let's see. This also... This plus this makes Black Rose, though? That's pretty strong. I like that. I like this guy plus Gallus is Black Rose and puts him on you have no cards, which seems way better. Alright, he takes 800? I don't think he knows. Okay. I don't think he knows what that does. Yeah. I get fucking bottomless though, I'm gonna rage. Alright. Whoops. I like the hyper synchron, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, I think it's kinda nice. Okay, Chalice. Okay, so this is now 2800. So we can still do the same thing. We can still beat over this, it comes back, and then summon Cyber Eltanen, and then wipe the field down. Oh yeah, because it got you're right, it got bigger from the fucking dude. Okay. Anyway. So he does that. It's more damage if I just summon. It's more damage if I just summon Eltanin now. It wipes the whole. Oh no, but then that fucking thing comes back. So this is probably still better. All right, yeah, normal summon, yeah. And then, yeah, specialist in defense. Must be something by banish all light machine monsters from your field and grave. Yeah, and banish. I think we're out of gas in terms of what we can do this turn. All right, well, he is top decking. Here comes Duolingo. Oops. Wow. Oops. Okay. Luckiest top deck for real. Gotta get that ticket. Well, he does play Cyber Dragon, so now we know that. I'm in love with you, way I wanted to. Singing, oh no, 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 no. This guy opens up fucking Lone Fire and bullshit every game. What the fuck? Oh my god. Titanium, okay. Well, finally it's not literally the devil. Oh god, my head hurts. Oh fuck. Drink some water. Alright. We do have young Black Rose. We can go Witch of the Black Rose. No, this, I mean, if you open up Lone Fire every single game, then yeah. We have options. So we have this 2-card combo, which is cute. But then we don't really have follow-up. We don't really have great follow-up if we do that. I mean, we have a Raikou, but like, that's not great follow-up. That's not fucking great follow-up, bro. I think I have to do it. I think I do want to Black Rose the Titanial. It's not a -1 because this replaces itself, so it's really just like 1 card for 1 card. Setting Raikou is like outrageously risky. Because even just summoning any plant monster makes Raikou pretty fucking awful. Although, maybe Raikou isn't that bad though. Because I have Crow, so I don't think he could go like too crazy. Hyper Gallus. The weird thing is Hyper Gallus just makes a Black Rose that's big. So I actually get to attack over the Titanial. And then I'm just down a card. But then I have Wichita Black Rose next turn. That's just like some semblance of a follow-up. I guess that's fair. Like this plus this. Yeah, let's do that. I'm doing this no matter what, right? Alright, you take like some shitty amount of damage. Cannot be normal summon. If this card is normal summon, you control another card, so I can't do that now anyway. Okay, so yeah, we just have to do this. So, Synchro. Can we make this? One light tuner. Oh, I don't have to use my Black Rose. So this will gain 800 attack. It actually gained a little bit more than 800 attack. Right? It says one light tuner while your life points is higher, so my life points are higher by a little bit. So it'll gain 600 and 800. Oh, but it's not a dragon. It's a fairy. Oh. Did not know that. Okay. Alright. Yeah, so it says that monster gains 800. So this is like 32, I guess. And then in fate, it gets banished. The fuck is that? Draw one card and show it. So I just get to keep this. Draw one card and show it. Then, if it is not a monster, send it to the graveyard and destroy. Damn, the penalty is really like crazy for this. But yeah, now I have. It's probably Dandelion, because then it turns Super Solar Nutrient on. I'm a little annoyed that it revealed Crow, though. Can I get a Machina gear frame, is it? So he knows I have a crow. And if he's watching the stream, he knows I have two crows. That's funny. Cyber Dragon. Yep. What was his target? It was Lone Fire? He's targeting Lone Fire. Oh. This is so bad. I mean, I can't just let him get a Lone Fire Blossom effect off, or can I? Do I flat out die? Probably not. Let's play. Let's see what happens. If we die this turn, so be it. I think I'm just dead. Well, I got stream sniped, Sean. It's like a very common thing that happens in competitive gaming. Yep. So he still has Miracle Fertilizer in his hand. Yeah, I was about to say, like, he hasn't used this yet. So, copy plant. So I think I'll have to crow this, because if he gets copy plant, he synchros, he makes power tool, and power tool at the very least. Let me just do math. But if he steals my girl, 17 plus 21 plus 28. And then he'll also have a power tool dragon on the field. Yeah, that's fucking game if I just let that. So I do have to stop that. Right. All right. So we take 400. What got summoned with fertilizer? Titanial? Or... Oh wait, nothing. I crowed it. That's right. I crowed it. Okay. Yes, thumbs up. Why do I draw these after every fucking time, bro? Like, why does that keep happening? So, Cyber Eltanen sends everything to the grave, and then Supervise will activate, and... Or I guess I should say, it sends all of these to the grave, and then this will activate, it brings back Gigaplant. I can crow the Supervise bringing back Gigaplant. Oh boy. Do I have anything in grave? No. So if I summon this guy, crow the Supervise. Eltanen. What do you mean? Eltanen crash and a Giga Summon Trag save Crow for fertilizer. I don't know. Eltanen crash. Eltanen going, send everything. He summons Gigaplant back. If I crash, Tragody is only 1800, just by the way. So it doesn't really... And which only does the effect if this card is normal summon and you control no other cards. So I could summon this and draw. I kind of don't want to just summon this because I can summon this, send everything. Crow, he has this. This brings back Titanial. I can set Raikou, which will deal with the Titanial by targeting it, and then we just play from there. I think that's the play. Like, do this, Crow, let this shit resolve next turn for Titanial. Have Raikou. Raikou hopefully deals with Titanial, probably not, but and then I just have like this as my bullshit follow-up, and then we just go for like that's what is giving right now. The Giga's not going to be there because I'm going to crow it. All right, yeah, I think we just have to do this. All right, banish. So he's putting that back on the field. So then I have to crow this. Right. Then we... yeah, we just set this. All right. So DDR is really strong here. And I mean, I'm pretty much cooked. I don't think I have any like real outs to this situation. I don't play... no, I'm not into sports. I am not into sports. Alright, so I have to summon this thing. Get a hamster to my hand. Yeah, then I think we just pass here. Fart. All right, so this is 1100. 3000. Do I just send the track out there to die? Yeah, we'll just take it. Fuck it. Oh my god. That is just hilarious. That is just hilarious. Okay. Alright, we're dead. GG's. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I could have done there. Drawing the Gores late definitely sucks. Like, Gores just so bad. I always say Gores is bad against Gigaplant and is bad against Forgs. But I like the deck. I actually like this build. I think that this card is way better than pretty much everyone thought, except the creator of the card, the creator of the deck, clearly because he knew. But yeah, this is pretty nice. Yeah, Gores is always late. You're talking about could have summoned Trag plus Hyper. How are you doing that? Like, yeah, I mean, sure. That is still... you're not The problem is you're not winning the game from that position by just doing that. What about Alchemist instead of Rose? You mean like Dimensional Alchemist? Or Rose Warrior? Well, what do you mean instead of Rose? I don't think Dimensional Alchemist... What? I don't think this deck needs Dimensional Alchemist. This card is broken. This is a +1 4-star tuner. Like, this card is very, very good. I don't think that you need to play Alchemist because you're not really banishing that much to warrant that. Like, I don't think it's that deep. Send all over face up. Monsters in the field to the grave. This card is broken now. I really like this. This card and this card are surprisingly, like, really strong, I think. Like, I think that these are really strong. But, I mean, I actually enjoy this deck. I like the Monster Mash deck. I like that he's not playing, like, Magical Merchant and shit. I always thought that that was very gimmicky and slow. This build is very aggressive, and, like, I think it has really good matchups in the format. Let's see, who's dueling? Who's dueling tonight? Are we got any high-rated duelists? Marcello. I don't think that this is who I think it is, right? I think I know who this is, though. Oh, no. Oh, no. Is somebody dead? He's Pot of Eversing right now. He has Fishborg access. This looks like game. I want to say this is game because he's going to draw 2 and have 5 cards. So if he plays Beel's Frog, he can Colossal Army Arm him. Okay. No, I don't know. He might have decided. Oh. So this guy is 4,500. This is not game though. This is like 6,500, 70. Oh wait, no. This is a lot. Okay, well, there we go. I don't know what we just walked in on, but brain control there was mean. If he has Beel's Frog in his deck, he could actually have just killed him regardless, for what it's worth. Is this actually Joe? Oh, we get to watch another duel. Saku. I'm assuming this is Joe Dietrich. So this is like turn 1. If he's playing, yeah, I was about to say, if he's playing value, how do you even deal? Like you need a very specific hand. What does it have to be like? Special Greffer. That's like the start. That's like the beginning. Is like Special Greffer. All right, let's see what Joe is on. Is he on value? I don't play Beel's Frog, so I was 1 off Colossal Army Arm. Okay. That's, yeah, I kind of thought, like, I mean, I said as much anyway. Yeah, Gigavice is broken when it goes off. It is literally like a modern deck. This is ladder Pudding, yes. Also, Pudding, how are you? Oh no. I'm playing with my fucking Apple Pencil too much and the head of it came off, but apparently it twists off on purpose. Like it just does that. I thought I broke it, but this head actually comes off. That's good, Pudding. Happy to hear it. Blossom. No head. Are you going, Rich? Are you going to Providence? Oh, he's playing. This could still be value, but I'm going to say it's Black Wings. But this could still be value. Yeah, I'm going. Good luck, King. I have faith in you. You going to top your first Ultimate Time Wizard? Who's counting? I will not. I will not be at Providence. I'll be at Nationals the 2 months after, I guess, because Nationals is in July, I think. Oh no, not a loot. I am going to RBT Chicago. Yes, I will be there. I already paid my entry and stuff for that event like months ago now. I also love Chicago. I love Chicago food. Like, I don't know how people feel about it. I don't really care how people feel about it, but I love Giordano's, like the deep dish pizza. That shit is crack. I'm definitely pulling up to the next SSG event when they announce it. Chicago is, yeah, Chicago is one of the best cities for sure. I haven't been in 2 years. Yeah, they offered to fly me out, but I declined because I was super busy. And I'm also just traveling so much. But yeah, it's really nice that they're like sponsoring players basically by like flying people out and stuff. They were going to pay for like everything for me to go, which is crazy because like normally I'm not getting somebody to just pay for my shit to go to events. So ooh. I would have dressed up as you and went. Normal Yu-Gi-Oh isn't even that nice. Do you even have the wardrobe to dress up as me, Rich? Valuing the creators sounds fucking crazy, Pudding. Happy they're valuing the creators. The way that is worded just sounds really funny. I topped 2 regionals and got mouse pads. Welcome to Yu-Gi-Oh! Does he play Gale? This is just game. Is it game actually? Never mind. Hold on. If you turn short into an android, that's 16 for, oh no, that is the game. Because it would be android is 16 over that guy. Plus 16 to 24 is 4,000. So the other 2 power tools just attacking is another 4,000. So that's game. Listen, I have it as the second best deck in the format for a reason. I'm assuming this is also just game. So that's 2K. And then there's another 6,000 between these three monsters for sure, so. Yep, attacked in the right order. I don't believe Black Wings play Gores. You are dead. 2-0 cream. No GGs were said. We just out there. Oh shit, hold on. Bad Robot's playing. I don't know how to play Psychic, Nathan. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I genuinely don't know how to play that deck. Konami flew the out, but the whole situation was crazy. What are you talking about, Pudding? Yeah, Psychic is actually really fun. Oh, my head is so itchy. Ugh. Which is more fun, Psychic or Jinzo? I think Psychic. Man, I was testing with Vayu and Hero Frogs today. As a GB player, I think I'm a converted Frog player now. That's good to hear, Champagne. What did it for you? My man is over here playing by himself. You hear me? Money D. Luffy. I drew monsters unlike when I played Glads. Oh, that's right, Rich. You lost the GBs in the finals. Damn, you actually let GBs win and then you let them win an entire event. That's crazy. And you were playing Vayu? Tisk tisk. You lost the trap stun? Yeah, that could happen. Trap stun is very, very good in that deck. Is this still the same fucking turn? Okay, it's over finally. I was like, God damn. Bro has 8 cards though. I will say this is his first turn, I'm pretty sure, and he just straight up has 8 cards. Necro Mill is huge. Is it though? I don't think the Necro Mill is huge. It can only stop the Colossal OTK if they can't make 2 of them. I literally, you know what's funny, at Houston, I literally killed a guy who sent Necro Garnet to the grave with Vayu, and I double Colossal Fighter armor armed him. There was like 30 people watching when that happened too. Because he was watching me play my turn out, and obviously it took fucking forever because Forks just take forever to do their play. But I summoned the first Colossal, I summoned the first Army Arm, I equipped the Army Arm to his guy, I spread his graveyard, I put the Necro Garnet on top of his graveyard, and then I made a second Army Arm, and then he was like, ah, I see. He didn't really speak English, but he like realized what was happening. He was like, oh, okay, that's pretty dumb. I was like, yeah. Also, Ponte sided into the control version of this deck because he has traps in his deck now. So he's not trying to OTK anymore, it looks like. Anyway. Look at these sweet side deck cards. Crow, Mask, Kaiku. Well, it depends, because if you don't know that he's still on like Reckless and stuff, you only need 8 cards to do it though, if you think about it. Each Colossal Fighter is 3 cards, Armory Arm is 2 cards. So it's an 8-card combo, which at the time of him having the Garden and stuff, like it's still very possible to do, because when he said 2 back row, like at the time, I was like, oh, that's double Reckless. But he ended up siding into this version of the deck. Which I don't know how I feel about this version of the deck against Lightsworn. I feel like you can just play Lightsworn straight up with OTK. Like, power for power. Because, like, milling wolves doesn't really mean much. Like, you're gonna put that wolf in attack mode? Are you really gonna, like, you gonna put that wolf in attack mode? Because... I did the 2 Army Armor Curzius over a Lila playing a tourney. He was at 7k because of swap poke. Yeah, that's super GG. Curzius is kind of crazy with Army Arms. Oh my god. Not him just dying. If any 2 monsters make it through, it's game. Okay, he has the Gores. Whew. Sometimes they just have it all. Alright, so what do you have to do? Bounce the Caius here? Oh no, you die though if you bounce the Caius, because the swap frog gets attacked over by Gores. So you have to bounce the swap, and then you can bounce the Gores with Brio. And now, 1 attack from any of these monsters is game though. So like, this is a good game. Alright, well nobody is respecting that back row, I'll tell you that right now. That back row is not being respected. If you also have Mirror Force, you're fucking nice. Oh, he was thinking about bringing back Treeborn Frog, but he's like, that doesn't really mean anything at this point in the game, and I kind of agree. You just need one of these monsters to touch grass. Attack, attack. I don't believe you drew Mirror Force. If you drew Mirror Force, we go to game 3. Threatening Roar. Okay. So we're in the same exact spot next turn. Same spot. Let's try this again. You're gonna try this again. Run it back. Same play. Yep. What are we doing? Run that back, Turbo. He did not chain Roar to Declaration. That's not what happened. As soon as your opponent enters battle phase, people start just clicking the attack button before you can even like play your threatening roar. It's understood that threatening roar is used before attack declaration. Like you can't even. It would be shocking if you tried to say otherwise, but you can't even get that off with a judge. Like no judge is going to believe you. They'd be like, why would he wait for you to attack? Like why would that ever be a thing? It's one of those things that's just like understood. Ooh, Johnson boss. Hold on, I want to see Bad Robot though. My boy Dave. The Ryko has been giving it a bit more value. What the fuck is this? Bad Robot rages so hard when he loses. I beat him a while back on DB. He went off on me about how bad I was before leaving. That sounds like Bad Robot. I mean, his name tells you exactly what he's about. What the fuck? There was a tournament in my server today? How was there? There was just a tournament in my server today, and I'm just looking at it. Hey Fraser, I know you're a man of culture since you love Mega Man 8. Listen to Bomberman Hero. It's a very cool for dueling. I'll check that out. My favorite deck to play is Frogs. What's a good deck to start for in Edison? I would say Black Wings is a good starting deck. I think Hero Frogs is a good starting deck too. Because the floor of the deck is actually very like it's easy to play at a like beginner level, and then it has a lot of room for the ceiling. Like the ceiling is really high. So I think Black Wings and Hero Frogs are both good starter decks. Like if somebody didn't play the format that much, but they know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Now if you were saying you never played Yu-Gi-Oh! Before, I would never give you a Frog deck, obviously. Yeah, but he's not new to the game, Brian. So he doesn't need to play like Hero Beat. Like Hero Beat is what you give somebody they literally just have not played Yu-Gi-Oh! But like if you've played Yu-Gi-Oh! You don't understand how Yu-Gi-Oh! Works, and I would never give somebody Hero Beat because I don't want them to be bored and quit the format either. Hero Beat best deck. Sangan in. Where do we have Hero Beat on the tier list? Where's this in the breaking tier list? Hero Beat is pretty consistent. Lacking in power though, obviously. Damn, he has the malicious with the plague set up. Yeah, Gigaplant hype is definitely dying down, or has died down, honestly, because I feel like the last couple tournaments I've seen, I haven't really seen many people like playing it or doing well with it. Like, I know it didn't top Houston, and I don't know if it did well at, what was the last, what was before Houston? Before Houston was Vegas, but then there was like also RBETLA. That didn't have a top cut, but I don't even know if it topped. I mean, people play what they want. Like, I don't really fault people for playing what they want because everyone's playing for different reasons. So like, some people find it fun to play like Dragon Turbo, like Hydro Pump here. Hydro Pump, step up to the podium. Tell us your name. What is his opponent playing now? What is Claw on right now? Claw is cooking some shit right now. And I do mean shit. I'll play for evil. You do play for evil, King. Oh, chat. I do have an announcement to make. It's a small announcement. Only a couple of you will care. But I do have The Last of Us Part 1. The PC version of the game. And I'm going to play that on stream. I'm going to be playing The Last of Us on stream. I'm only here for The Last of Us content. Yeah, I've never played The Last of Us. Like, this is not going to be a like Ocarina of Time. I played it over 20 times, and we beat that game in like 2 weeks. But The Last of Us I've never played, but I watched the HBO show, so I know exactly what happens, at least as far as season 1 goes. Season 2 is amazing so far, by the way. The last episode of season 2, which was episode 2, was fucking one of the best episodes of TV I've ever seen. Like, I was shaking with anxiety. But I'll be playing The Last of Us Part 1 on PC probably starting this weekend. Like, I'm probably going to start streaming this weekend because this weekend is the weekend before I go to Japan. I go to Japan next week. And I'll be in Japan for 2 weeks. So I'm really looking forward to The Last of Us because I actually like the show so much. And I usually do not play horror games, so this is going to be a fucking experience, chat. Like, yeah, this is going to be an experience. I will be there when Kagaribi is happening. Because I'm going to be in Japan May 2nd to like May 16th or something. Like, I'm going to be there for 2 weeks. I leave on May 1st from the United States, but I don't get there until, because you go like 12 hours into the future when you go to Japan. Anywho, I'm gonna get some food. I'm gonna do my Duolingo. Thank you all. Here's the final tier list for bricks, like decks that brick and like decks that basically don't. As you can see. So with that being said, guys, have a good night. I will catch you all later when we start streaming The Last of Us. And yeah, if you're not a member, become a member. We have early episodes and stuff. We have emotes and all that good stuff. Have a good night, guys.